Hello and welcome to the Janky-B-Cast. I'm your host Rhys, and with me are Sam and Foley. Say hi, guys.
Hello, everybody.
Crap.
And you only have yourself to blame.
What's he doing? Oh, yeah, hello.
Random
Yeah.
bumfluff time. Judgment. It's Yakuza but detective. Been playing it. Good. D&D? Going smooth. People seem to like it.
Nice.
Got a Red Bull flavour I've not had before. It is called Iced
Sweet
Vanilla
flavour.
Berry, and I will be reviewing it as we do the podcast.
Excellent.
How is this review going to go then? You're going to be doing it throughout the podcast.
I'm just going to say what I reckon when I finish it. If
It's
I
going to
remember.
interrupt people mid-sentence.
Yeah, so he's
Ah,
going to
yes. So Pokemon Leaf Green. It's a game. Oh, but my Red Bull's great.
Knowing, like lads, when they finish the can, that you have to squish it, like crush it on your head to know you finished.
Yeah.
That is the-
Why would I do that? That's a visual gag. No one's going to get that.
You can hear it.
Well,
From
we're,
you can hear screams
we're
afterwards. when
the
I
ones
wait it.
witnessing this.
And on that note, this episode is going to be the Christmas episode. So, Merry Christmas! Bring out your cheer, you fucks!
I got my
Hang on.
Oh, he's got his jumper on! What the hell? What's on that? What's that?
I'm nearly there.
You've got- Oh, I should put a timer on.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! It's actually like a Christmas one.
It's on!
It's actually a
Yay.
Christmas jumper. Or was that just you?
Yeah, it's time to Yule!
See, now here's the thing, right? I'm always Christmassy because this red thing covering my chair, which nobody can see, is actually a Christmas onesie thing.
It's actually a Christmas onesie.
Yeah, like a onesie hoodie
Isn't
thing.
it just a fucking dressing gown?
And I've just got a Rudolph on my
Yeah.
jumper. He looks really
Very nice. Well,
very
Christmas
nice.
is never early. Ho, ho, ho!
Oh,
Green giant.
Wallawanga.
Shut the fuck up.
What a wanga.
This isn't some sort of pantomime.
Kaboom.
Foley, what is some sort of pantomime?
I'll tell you exactly what's some kind of pantomime with this shirt. Yep. So, Rhys had the lovely...
Privilege?
I don't know. No, I'm going to say privilege. I don't know what nice word to say. He gave me the lovely job, privilege of giving me a link to a certain pantomime from 1998, Jack and the Beanstalk.
So is this a live action, as in like a theatre thingy?
It is, yes. So it's a recording of a pantomime. I really agree with this. But thank God it was only over an hour. It still felt like 2 hours to me. So, but it is. I'm exaggerating a little. It wasn't that bad. But knowing you just someone in the family is like, oh yeah, we go to the pantomime, it'll be really fun. And you realise there's not really much to it.
Yeah.
That was like that for an hour, pretty much. Yeah. The thing is, though, it's got a brilliant cast, though. The cast is insane. So I know a handful of them, but you got Paul Merton from Have I Got News for You? Adrian, is it Edmondson?
Adrian Edmondson.
For like Young Ones, and Bartol's like, as the Dame, and like Jack Sparrow, I'm like, okay. I think I actually enjoyed him at like his performance a lot more.
Yep.
But there you got some of the people I really don't know. You got Julie Walters as the fairy godmother. She does a really good job. Someone I completely forgot about. This must be like of its time, like in the 90s. Is it Julian Clary?
Julian Clary.
It was just I completely forgot all about it. It was like, oh, like what's he known for? I was like, oh, beard. Pretty much he was being camp though, wasn't it? Like
Yeah.
that's all. That's all he offered to this. I was like, okay, whatever.
It's also
And
got
he-
Peter Serafinowicz.
Yes, that's the one. I was like, I saw him. Like, that's him. That is fucking him. And so
We talked about him last week.
did we?
Last episode.
Last week.
Because I was like,
Don't
oh,
move.
let's have a look and see who's in the cast of Lego Marvel Heroes 2.
Oh my god! Yeah,
Because
Who
he
did
played Kang the Conqueror.
Oh, okay.
See, I think that makes perfect sense because he has that voice. Because he voiced Darth Maul, though, didn't he?
Yes.
Is that how you say
Peter
it?
Serafinowicz. Wasn't it Sam
I-
Witwer or something?
Pardon?
Wasn't it Sam Witwer or something? Oh, hang on. Sam Witwer's Star-Lord.
Yes, Sam, it was Star-Lord, yes.
Ah, that's neat.
Oh.
Stop
But-
Googling stuff, Sam. Get back to what Foley's talking about.
Well, no, Star-Lord. Starkiller.
Yes. Yes, you better
Bit
pay
different.
attention to this important story. All right, very
Yes.
important.
This is like a real pantomime, though.
Yeah. I didn't know this existed till Rhys linked me this. So I didn't really. I just couldn't. I don't know what. I was writing stuff down and I don't know if this is even going to be important, to be honest. We all know the story, don't we? Like
Jack and the Beanstalk.
Jack.
Yes.
Yeah. Like,
He found
you know.
England.
Like what?
He gets the crown jewels that become England's at the end, according to that one
The
film.
crown
recently.
jewel.
Was that fucking Jack and the Giant Slayer?
That's the one, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, is this
Where?
is this the CGI fest of a film? I
Yeah, probably.
Did it have Ewan McGregor in it?
I don't remember him, but I don't remember.
No,
anything
I'm
else
not
about it.
Googling it
No,
either.
I think it does, and it has Thingy from Nicholas Hoult as one of the
Ooh.
people. That's all I know. I saw the front cover. That's all I know. That's all I know.
I watched the film and I don't remember anything about the film.
I remember a bit where like the beanstalk's like tumbling down or something, and they're on it, and they end up like sliding along and ending up like an inch away from a sword that's embedded in the ground or something.
Oh, mighty
Instead
convenient.
of sliding through it. Something like that.
Yeah.
What I say about this version, although it was only over an hour, felt longer, it did have good moments. I think it was maybe because it was the adult moments, but like at the beginning, it opens up.
Wait, it was that sort of pantomime. It had some adult moments, eh?
It did.
But that's
Yeah.
like half of what a pantomime is half the jokes are in your window that only the adults are going to get, and half the jokes are the ones in between those.
I
So
think
that
that's
the
what,
adults aren't going to get bored to fucking death.
I think that's the thing that got me through. It's just knowing you watching this stuff and you're thinking back to when you were a kid. You're like, back then you went, this is amazing. This is so epic. Like, you can't stop talking about it. And as an adult, you're like
Bulletproof Monk.
Jesus Christ.
I hadn't even started the first bit about this lovely show.
Go
So,
for
This is the prelude.
but this, I feel like I'm just procrastinating. So,
Overture, if we're going
is
on.
it quite
Sure.
bad? It feels like I'm just procrastinating, just not talking
You're
about
just
it.
trying to avoid talking.
Please.
Get
about
on with it!
Get on with it.
Oh, shall I? I don't know what pantomimes are like, to be honest. I can't do an impression of
Shut
one.
up. Oh, shut up. That sounds a bit too
The
adult.
pantomime's right behind you. Oh, no, it isn't. Oh, yes, it is.
The show is just starting. I know it's not. Oh, but it had me like it's some good moments. It's like the opening is all like introducing the characters, and I think it's all like a market. And Jack and his mum, by the dame, come out. They got this massive barrel, right? It's like
Right.
and on it is just two very small carrots. I was like, sure. It shows how poor they really are. Just a tiny. It's just like the dame's like, oh, Jack, go and sell some. Go try and get people to buy these carrots. He went, oh, okay. Would anyone like to buy these carrots? Like, no, you fucking idiot. It's like, just try and sell it a bit more. It's like, oh, they're a bit dirty. He's like, no. So we got that stupid moment, got the small carrots. Then it's like a really weird line. I think it's the narrator by Merton. Paul, it's such a weird name, Merton. He plays the narrator, and there's a line. He just goes, "There's pretty much saying it's just him and his mom. Jack's father died in childbirth."
Amazing.
Oh, no.
That's actually, I was like, what? I was like, that's such a great origin. I don't know. It was just
But she held his hand so hard.
he just died. The
Like
pressure.
trying to squeeze the hand, but it turns out it was the throat that was being squeezed. Just
Well-
choked him out.
If Adrian Edmondson is going to be the mum, fucking hell. Like, I'm not surprised he died from that.
Just head slammed against the wall and labour's been gone through.
And that's just calming him down. It's like, he calm. Just like a fucking frying pan as well. There's anything, any
Can we say
object.
that the headcanon is that it was Rick Mail was the dad who died?
That would have been perfect. It's just a small
Just
pin.
a picture of him.
Yeah.
Just there.
No,
So
it has to be like an object in his face or something, like an imprint of his face on like from a pan, just something like goes, "This is how he died." Like the stress of childbirth. Yeah. So the reason
I
why they
kept
try
this
to
watermelon for the entire years that you were alive, and it's got his face still printed on it. I've kept it preserved, I have.
just hanging on a mental, like Like, see Michael Jordan's shorts just hung up there.
It's right
Yeah.
next to it, yeah.
Yeah. It's good luck. That's what it is.
Mm.
Yeah.
I got that one from a cartoon rabbit.
Don't wear the fucking shoes on.
I traded it for a cow. No, you need to go off and sell this cow.
Sell this cow.
I'm jumping ahead a bit, I think.
As you know, in the story where they actually follow it, it's like they are poor, they need money, otherwise they're going to lose everything. In this as well, in this story, they've changed it a little bit.
Oh.
So, but he's got a girlfriend or a love interest. He doesn't really, I think it's a girlfriend. It's Jill.
Jack and Jill.
Yep, there you go.
Ah, huh.
Jack is. So it's really stupid humour, but I think he just goes up to her trying to be smooth, but instead just goes, "Hey Jill, great bra." I was like, oh god, okay. There's like a scene follows after where he's actually talking about food, but he's like, "Oh, you got great potatoes," and she's like, "What the fuck, Jack?" It's like, "No, what?" I was like, "What? No, so I'm actually talking about food." So I think they're actually a couple, but the thing that is holding
If they're
it, like,
actually a couple, then why is she getting really annoyed at him commenting on him liking her spuds?
well, to put it bluntly, and I can relate to this Jack's
I see.
not.
So
Not
this was
like,
striking close to home, was it?
I generally thought I relate to this.
I
And I
wonder if that's
think
the connection.
I-
You have the name of the property.
Oh.
Who could that possibly be?
Oh,
Not-
that makes sense now.
not just the name,
With
just
mine.
everything he did, just everything he said. Like, this is me, and this is why I
Oh.
think I hated it now. It's
It's like when you meet someone the exact same as you and you despise them.
it's like I've said that.
You're just like me.
We're mortal enemies.
It's like my dad died of childbirth as well. This is the thing. I couldn't remember most things that happened because knowing your brain just doesn't want to. Yeah. So it's got that, but then the mayor, who has the right-hand man, is Peter Sarowitz. That's her father, and he's like, "You're not being with this man. He is a moron." And she's like, "But I love him." It's like, no, they're poor. Absolutely not. Just no. So he goes, "Well, I'm going to evict you from the house." So he's just pretty much just a massive, massive dick. I don't blame him. So I was like, you know what? I don't blame this guy. They're poor. No,
That's, yeah, you see entire reason like they're poor. Get rid of them.
Following a line
and
from
it's too
Limbo,
relatable. Please,
not Limbo,
please.
Mystery of the Druids. Have they tried working?
Have you tried
Jesus
an honest day's
Christ.
work?
Don't spoil dialogue in a game. I'm not giving you that game. You're not lucky
Oh,
enough
it's
to
so
receive
good.
that game. And I'm not going to give you Limbo of the Lost either, because I've seen how much of a fucking pain in the ass that is to
Yeah.
actually get running.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Please tell me more about this.
No.
So I don't. Oh, please,
I will give you a video later.
Please, sir, I want some more.
please.
I want some context.
I need more context, so I don't have to talk about mine.
And I'm just there like, more?
No, Rhys, but actually, no.
Never
not-
before has a boy asked for more context.
I'm so glad you said that
Maybe
so
a
good.
different film. Maybe a different
so-
film.
50 shades of context.
Oh, no.
Jesus Christ.
50 slides of context. Like, don't. Oh, God.
And that is why I believe that we should not give the Spaniards the
What?
Inquisition.
Well, that was unexpected.
You're welcome. Moving on.
No one expects more context.
Very nice. Very nice.
Smooth. Very smooth. I feel like just being that student, knowing in school where like just get a teacher talk absolute bollocks about their life, but you don't care about it. Like, please tell me about your allergies. But
Yeah, to keep talking random shit we don't care about because then we don't have to actually
got
do
10
work.
minutes to go. Please just keep talking. But right, get back to the very fun topic. So we find out Jill's dad's the mayor or whatever. He's a bad guy. Doesn't want them together. Jackie's
It's
what we
pronounced
call
Bad Gee.
What?
Bad Gee.
Bad Gee? Did you actually look at his name?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
It's a reference to a film, but fuck knows what film that is.
Bad Gee.
See.
What the? So you're saying a reference and you don't even know the reference?
I don't know.
This is like...
We need more context. What were we just talking
I don't have it! I cannot provide the context!
The
Just
Freaky
need-
episode, right? I
Pardon?
referenced a song. I was like, let's get freaky. Which I thought was like a well-known song, but it's like a really niche song that I just happened to know. So it's just a
freaky.
completely pointless reference.
Probably like Tom Jones or something.
Uh,
Let's get freaky. I'm gonna get through this. Don't worry, lads. With my notes that aren't very detailed. So the
You're
next
saying
scene,
they're lacking in context.
they are very lacking in context.
As are we.
There are a few pages of no context. So the next scene, you see their house. It's a shithole. It's a joint house. You all know how this story goes. The famous neighbour of Jack and his mum. Guess
What?
Guess the neighbour. Come on. We all know this
Radagast.
Robert De Niro.
Yeah, it's doing
Except
some
Marlon
mob
Brando's like, we need some more money. Let's go next door and see if they'll lend us some money. You come to me and you ask me for some money. I'm gonna tell you to fuck off.
I generally thought the first bit was Marlon Brando. Like, what kind of impression?
No, I was doing Adrian Edmondson going to talk to Marlon Brando. I'm not going to start with Marlon Brando.
You come to me.
They've got no reason to go to him yet.
They do, to make the deal, like, respect to get that loan. That's what it should be. This should be in a mafia story.
Oh, hell yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, fucking yeah.
The real giant was the mafia we met along the way.
The giant needs to show some respect.
It was the kingpin. He's not even the giant in like literal sense. He's just the kingpin of the underground.
Yeah.
He's the Godfather. That's why he's called the giant, and they have to climb the beanstalk, which is the well, not the corporate
The
ladder.
mafia ladder, yeah.
The
Underworld
giant
mafia
ladder.
The giant's their bodyguard. He's not even.
They get there, and it's like, you come to me and you ask for a golden goose. I'm going to give you such a nest egg. You got to do something for me first, Jack. I need you to whack the mayor. And he's like, oh, perfect.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Let's fucking kick his ass. Like, no, you got to do it in a specific way. It's like, okay, how do we do it? You need to make it look like it was his daughter. No, I'm not doing that. Why? Bit of a laugh, isn't it?
But can we talk about, though, if Robert De Niro was in pantomime, how great his interaction would be? It's like, are you talking to me? He's like, yeah. It's like, are you talking to me?
I said, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't look like there's anyone else to talk to.
That's why we said
Someone else
yeah.
comes out on stage, it's like, go away.
It's like, was no one else here? So he's got to be talking to me. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, we are. I love the idea that gets brought up multiple times. It's like, he's behind you. Are you talking to me?
Me?
Oh, no, he isn't.
That is fucking perfect. The monster disappears. Are you talking to me? There's no one else here, so you got to be talking to me. Oh, I want that to happen. So I'm doing AI shit with that. Like, I'm against it, but
Christ.
just Robert De Niro in a pantomime. Mafia the pantomime.
Is it Joel Haver? Just the rotoscoping stuff? That would be sick for
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Oh, that'd be
That'd be
perfect.
so funny.
If he ever does hear this, I really hope. I really hope he
I
does.
doubt it.
He will, and he'll do it. I'm guaranteed.
He will.
he'll be-
It's just a matter of time.
But can you guess who the neighbour is, though?
I've completely forgot that's what we were talking about.
I know. Dragon, you back into it.
William
Is
Dafoe.
it...
Are we guessing the actor or the...
Is it the... Yeah,
Is
it's
it-
That'd be terrifying.
the character. What are we talking here?
So
Isn't it a
I
wizard
think-
or something?
No.
Okay.
No.
Is it the cow? The neighbour's the cow and they traffic the cow away.
That's just not even that cow. It's like, fuck it, we'll sell him. Like, he doesn't pay
Hey.
tax.
Hey, Betsy, can you do me a favour? Oh, sure. Alrighty then. We didn't say what favour.
Looks like beef's back on the menu, boys.
Nah. Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Where you go?
Yeah, sure. I'll be clueless. I've got no idea what you're...
Goldilocks.
Right.
I see. Okay.
Okay.
Do you know what the best thing about this is?
Is she living with 4 bears? Or is it 3
No.
bears? It's just 3.
Full
isn't it?
best. Yeah, full best.
No.
3 gay guys.
7,
Yeah, that
7
G-
dwarves.
Gillian, whatever his name.
Brilliant.
No.
Yeah, he's there and there's just 3 of him.
Just
Just like, oh, they
like-
both look exactly like me, but they're not on stage at the moment. Let me go and get the other one. And he walks off stage and he's just quickly puts on a different colour t-shirt. I'm number 2. 2 is off stage. I'm number 3.
To be fair, you say I completely forgot. He actually does something similar to that in the show.
Really?
Ah.
Yeah, he comes out with Peter Sarowitz as like, the right hand man, and like he comes out as well, not like that, because
Well, he did that years ago.
Yeah, he did that years ago. But he's like, oh, it's not really my role, but like I'm in later on. But I thought, kill some time. I went, okay. It's like it feels like a very Monty Python thing, but not well done.
I'll be back properly in a bit as my actual character, but for the moment, I'm just taking over this role.
It's like just don't come back at all, to be honest.
Ooh. Oh no.
I think it's one of those. I would have liked it more if he actually just tried something. Instead, like, I'm gay. It's like, okay, anything else you want to...
It was the late 90s. They didn't understand any better.
To be fair, though, this is what I found really weird watching this, is how much they got away with it. Like, so the stuff they say. So... Before these were trying thoughts of these lovely notes. Goldilocks. You know the best thing about Goldilocks being the neighbour in the story?
She's hot?
No.
Oh.
She's like a child, you fucking paedophile.
Oh. I assume that if Jack was going to be like 18, well, it could have been like, I don't know, Goldilocks years later, where she's like, you know, in her like mid-20s.
She's in hiding from the bears.
She's been hiding it.
The bear mafia's trying to hunt her down.
Yeah, she's hiding out in Robert De Niro.
Get repayment.
It's like fucking Inglourious Bastards at the opening
Somebody's
scene.
been sleeping in my bed. You're talking to me?
Get a basement, like, you fucking sleep in my bed. Just fucking...
Have you been eating my porridge?
So what? So
Have you
what
been
you
eating
said?
my porridge?
So what
Well,
you
it doesn't
guys
look like there's anyone else to eat my porridge.
50 sides of context. What I was meant to say was, having Goldilocks in the story contributes fuck all.
Oh, yeah, I'd expect so.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
We've contributed to this podcast talking about Goldilocks more than she's contributed to the story.
We've added more depth to this show than the show. I didn't know what to say.
I mean, you're probably not wrong.
No.
So what does this Goldilocks revelation reveal to us?
She's just a loud girl. Oh, what do they call her? I think Jack calls her a loud bimbo or something. Yeah. She's like, comes out, it's like, oh, I'm Goldilocks. And Jack's like, yes, we know you're bimbo. But I can't remember anything that she did that actually contributed to anything. She's just really loud and makes really stupid noises. Like, I'm really glad you're not in it for the whole thing. Really glad. Oh, that was it. The Baron. Okay, so the guy's called the Baron. That was it. The two henchmen. I'm gonna call him Darth Maul. No. So Peter and then what's his name? Julian. That's it. They come and go. Well, we're gonna, pretty much. What are people called when they come and just take stuff from your house till you pay them?
Repossessors, debt collectors,
yeah,
repo men.
Repo man, yeah.
Repo. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. So the repo men, they're not that cool. The repo men come. It's like, well, yeah, I've got the money, so I take. I don't know what else. When you look in the house, I got fuck all anyway, apart from Michael Jordan shorts and the pants with the indent of Rick Mail. But it's just actually nothing. I know it's a panto, but what the fuck are they going to take? And it's connected. This is the thing I don't get. I swear they say. So bear in mind the house when you watch, if you ever watch it, Goldilocks' house and Jack's house, they're literally stuck together. They're stuck together. I swear the wall could be paper thin. And apparently she doesn't even pay the Baron. Where I was like, but it's the same building. How do you not pay the same person? It's the exact same.
Maybe she owns her part of the house, but they're renting theirs.
She probably just waltzed into the Baron's place while he was out, ate his porridge, and then stole the deed to it.
Oh yeah, just stole their keys. It's like, man now.
Man now.
This house is too big. This house is too small. But this house is just right.
She would make a great apartment retailer. It's like, yeah.
Estate agent.
Estate agent. That's my brain's melting.
You see, my competitors, their houses, they're either too big or just small. But my ones are just right. Welcome to Goldilocks Real Estate.
It sounds...
I'll make sure to find just the right home for you.
How's that not been a joke already, though, about her doing that kind of job? That I'd actually prefer, but yeah. So she just constitutes nothing. She's just loud and a bimbo, as they call her. And then I think Jill comes round to visit, and as you would have guessed, Jack always keeps kind of saying, oh, we should do something together. Like, go up a hill where there's a well. And she's like, well, I don't want to do that.
Do you want to fetch a pail of water?
We'll not fall down the hill. Yeah.
I don't mind. We just got to go. Well, I've got my paper crown on.
Paper crown. So that's literally the running joke between them two. It's like literally. It sounds like the weirdest, but obviously it sounds like it should be a sexual thing. But the fact is just like I just want to go up a hill. It's like, oh, Jack, you are such a. That's why I relate to him. Like to be fair, I say it's like an innocent thing. Then this comes out of nowhere. He just starts doing a song, right? And I had to. I don't know how it went. I did listen. It's like it's getting harder. I too was tossing and turning. I was like, you know what? This is a really weird. I just think it's the fact as an adult, you're like, oh, okay, it's yeah. But as a kid, they're probably repeating that. And it goes like, oh, it's getting harder. Like, our two was tossing and turning. It's like, no, just
My
don't.
beanstalk's growing all the time.
I got my blow.
This was too hard
I
and this
do
was
with
too
y'all.
soft.
I've got to erect a building over there.
If you look off to your left, there's a building.
It was erected there in 1847.
I'm sorry. Is this like a sat-nav situation? If you want to do a
What a tour
U-turn.
guide. So, up to next in the thing.
Oh yeah, so we'll talk about this.
Yes.
See, the thing is, my understanding of Jack and the Beanstalk is that all of the fun stuff is when he's like on the beanstalk or above it, and this thing seems like it's just spending all the time hanging around in town.
You would
But it's a
think
lower budget production. You can't spend all of the money to make the beanstalk happen. That's
Just
why
have him climb a fucking beanstalk for like an hour and 20 minutes.
But a beanstalk growing is like that's like an Act 1 finale sort of thing.
it felt like an Act 2 Act finale. That's what it fucking felt like. It took that bloody long. No, I don't.
Please tell me it was like, oh wow, the green stalk's grown, and that's like Curtis close, and then, oh wow, I'm at the top of the beanstalk now.
No. Yeah. To be fair, in all fairness, he actually does climb it. Like,
Hey.
I was like, hey, I'll try and I need to get everything covered.
Okay, it's very important. Get the stuff covered.
Can I just say, I've got like one page left and that's it. It's literally not even a page.
That's good.
Well, we may as well get through it.
Right, one page. That's it.
Yes.
The only thing I'll put next is
Update on the energy drink. It was actually quite tasty. I enjoyed it a lot. Here is me
Wait.
crushing the can. I don't know if that's heard on the audio.
It
but
was
I
neither
crushed the
heard,
can.
and nor was it on your forehead.
yeah.
Oh, I apologise.
You're a
I'll do it, the rest of it on my
It's-
forehead.
Is it? That's just.
That wasn't your forehead.
Sorry, that I believe that.
I did it in the wrong place.
You did it in your
believe,
temple.
I believe that was your headphones. You just. I'm sorry.
I
Do
think
you?
because I've crushed it like, in an awkward way, I can't.
Yeah, you need to like
Yeah.
spiral
You-
it slightly.
you
I
just-
got it. I'm doing it. There we go. That's close. That's as close as I'm going to get it now.
Classic bending the can.
Ow. There you
Yep.
go. This is the perfect medium to show people visual jokes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ow, my forehead hurts. Continue.
If there was a Guinness World Record for the worst head can crushing, you would be the top because that was just amazing. How was I before that weird?
You were trying your hardest
just-
not to finish this pantomime.
I think this
Oh
is.
no, it wasn't.
Oh, yes, he was.
Oh no, it wasn't.
You talking to me? To me?
God. Oh, yeah, fuck off.
You show me. Then you tell him that he goes, "You give me no respect."
I love the idea that anytime someone tries to gossip about him, he's like, "You're talking about me? You're talking about me? Well, it doesn't look like you're talking about anybody else." I'm sorry, we should have just said it to your face. That's what I thought.
So Robert De Niro in this situation is like, how would you say, like, no, at school where you got that kid who's like really sensitive, he just won't do anything about it. So you talking about me? Really hurtful, you know? It's like, gonna report
Really
you.
mean.
Really mean.
Don't
man.
like it.
Don't
I'm
like-
gonna tell the teacher on you.
Oh yeah, this is the bit. This is literally nothing. So.
Oh
So,
dear.
so at this point in the story, in whichever act it was, so the day Jack's mum tries to force Jack to marry Jill so they don't get thrown out. So if they join the Barron family, they'll be rich, and no worries. And so Jack's like, no, don't want to do it just for the money. It's like, well, we'll have to sell the cow then. It's like, no, that's a perfect conclusion. I'm glad they settled that really well.
Excellent. We'll
Oh.
sell our only source of renewable income.
Please tell me that when they were like, oh, we're going to have to sell the cow, it's an horrible old cow, he starts to drag the mum away.
Mother away.
He's like, I don't mean me!
He's like, yes, there you go.
I
He's
wish.
like, oh.
To be fair, that's actually I like that. Like,
Just like slaps his hand
But-
away.
I mean the really miserable old cow. Well, come on then. Ah, shut up! The thing is, that sounds like an Adrian Redmond thing to say. Like,
But
He
no.
just starts pulling and she just doesn't budge at all. He doesn't even
So-
notice.
I'm not going anywhere. It's like, you'll
I
get
love
me.
the idea that it's just someone tries to leave stage and full on just looks at the audience like, you're going to love this, guys. Looks over like, and just goes just with a grappling hook. Pulling them forwards like, get over here!
proper like WWE shit, like literally just
And they
flipping
got like
them
roller
back.
skates
Like,
on
come
to just slide across the entire stage.
The other person's just lying on the floor, just like, "Ow, oh my god, that hurts," and she's like, "I'll be right back." Leaves the stage, and then you have the narrator going, "Where's she going? I don't understand." "Oh my god, she's back, and she's brought the steel chair."
Bring the steel cage. Jack and the steel cage. That's what we needed.
Panthers need to do more stupid jokes like that, especially if you got a narrator. Just have the narrator do dumb fucking jokes.
Mate, that would be perfect. This is like just switch. Mate, imagine how the giant like a massive puppet. He's like, he's got the steel cage, he's got the golden egg, he's got a...
It's a proper cage match, and the goose is like the briefcasey bit.
You got Jack versus the giant, and the giant's like 12 foot, and he just like German suplexes him. That's him. Jack does the giant. He like climbs up a step ladder to do a lariat.
He's on the ladder.
He's got to jump on his nose.
Well, now I'm just
Why is that
imagining them
not-
both falling out of the beanstalk, and they're just like falling with their just have this wrestling match.
It's still getting like commentary, still going, it's going down. Oh
And
my
they're
God,
just walking on the floor as if it's supposed to be the floor, but it's still midair, and they're just falling.
He's got the axe. He's cutting down the beanstalk. He goes for one swing.
Honestly, I think the funniest way to do this, what you'd have to do is you get it so that they're just about to do like a wrestling match, and the entire thing goes dark, and a small little screen comes down with a projector sort of thing on it, and it's just like them doing it with like tiny little fucking action sticks.
No, it should be like the really crappy like blue and red guys. They're just pressing the button.
Oh, Rock'em Sock'em Robots, those things. Except one of them is like tiny, just hitting the shin of the big one.
It's like just the same move. Like there we go.
Yeah. And then the giant one isn't a punch back, it's just the foot kicking him just once, right at the very end. It's
like, no.
It's like Fist of the North Star, where it's like, and then it's just like nothing happens, and then the foot just fucking slugs him across the room.
Anyway, it ends with the beanstalk comes down eventually, right? And then Jack just runs up to it and like elbow drops, and it just 1, 2, 3.
It goes 1, 2, 3, and he's out. Just a corpse of the giant.
He's the giant. He's just like holding his little toe, just like 1, 2, 3.
Jesus.
I just sit image of you holding down his little toe. 1, 2, 3.
Jack's done it! He's won Rage in a cage!
He stood.
And the narrator just breaks character, and he's just having a great time.
No, he's just like,
It's like, and now back to...
yeah,
Jack.
it's just back to normal. It's like, and he's defeated the giant.
Anyway, so
It goes proper WWE, and Jack's about to be defeated, and the narrator bursts on stage, rips off his like really nice clothes, and he's got a wrestling like outfit underneath, and he fucking jumps in like a tag team wrestling on this guy.
It should be Jack, the narrator, and then the dame all having a go, and like what the characters
and the
holding up,
dame's
like,
doing all the damage.
The narrator's useless, Jack's useless, and the dame just like probably rips off one of his legs and just fucking pummels him to death. The image of this giant puppet of just the giant in the corner with like this person on this giant step ladder like tapping his forehead with a damp cloth and giving him a drink, and this giant just like and this giant straw in the background is so
You've got Goldilocks doing the giant.
Oh yeah, Goldilocks is like dabbing the giant. It's like, I knew she was a wrong'un.
like just a really tiny towel. It's like, there you go.
Like tiny cloth on this
just
giant
like,
forehead.
She has to like replace it to get a new towel, and then she does that like 97 more times. So big.
Oh god. Oh, I need to breathe.
Okay, so what actually happens, Foley?
Well, there is a comment made, but it's not the one you expect.
Right.
So when she goes, we have to sell the cow. Jack
Oh, yeah,
is
well,
obviously.
that's
What?
Right, yeah, we're
Ages
still at that
of
point.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
What?
Still at the start of the
We're
story.
ages,
Shit.
but we're not even up the fucking beanstalk yet. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is what I mean. So what happens is Jax is very upset. So what Jack says while he's sad, he's like, I used to ride her naked when I was little.
What?
Wow.
And bear in mind, the name is called Pat, like the cow's name Pat. And even the cow backs away after that comment. It's like, I don't remember this. So then the scene follows as you expect. Jack is on his way to sell Pat the cow. And then out of nowhere,
Please tell me that they sell it to a butcher.
Why the fuck would a butcher have magic beans?
Because then what they could do is like, well, it's goodbye, Pat. Butcher? Come on, Pat. Butcher.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
See, I'm immune to this because I don't know anybody that you reference.
Well, I don't know. Well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe they go, hey, are you the bakers? Yes, we're the bakers. Would you like to buy a magic cow?
It's a
No,
character
all right.
from
Come
EastEnders.
on. I'm sure you'd love it, Pat
For
Warburton.
fuck's sake.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. Is that like another, like, is that
He's
like the bread?
No, Peter, I don't want that.
Hey, I'm a normal cow. It's like ASDF movies. It's like, are you a man? It's like, yes, I am a man. Do you want to go skateboards? You got the bread joke, and then you got the actor joke. Okay, I like the duality of that.
You're welcome.
I hate you for it, though.
I don't know why a cow would want a cow. A baker would want a cow. Not a cow
I don't know
would
why.
want a baker.
I don't know why.
I can imagine many reasons that a cow would want a baker.
You kind of need milk, don't you, for bake?
Do you need milk in bread?
It's flour, water, butter maybe?
Yeah, well, butcher's
Yes,
got
milk is
Wait, is
commonly
this a
used in
cake?
bread making.
I think I'm thinking about cake.
Just call me a fucking baker, because I know my shit.
Alright, baker.
Jack Baker.
I like that.
I don't think you
Baker.
need to use
do.
milk, but
You do.
But milk is used in sweetened breads like sweet rolls.
But you do.
You do. You do.
Hey. That's
Give me-
too sweet, and that one's too plain, and that one's just yeasty.
So who? I guess he sells it to a magician.
What?
Wizard should know better.
Oh, because is there another joke
Magic
in this,
demon.
or is it actually be legit?
No, that isn't the.
That's the story, isn't it? He sells it to a wizard.
It's got to be like Houdini or like Moodini. I don't know.
It's Houdini or Hugh Jackman from The Prestige.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman just comes on stage. It's such a weird transaction, isn't it? We've got some magic beans. I'll buy a fucking cow. I know it's not much. Do you think he's had a problem with his mom as well? It's like, you need to get rid of these magic beans. I can't have them in the house. Like, but I used to have these when I was naked, though.
Oh no.
I used to ride these when I was naked.
They felt magical at the time.
Get rid of them. I don't want them in my house anymore.
It's just anal beans.
Oh,
Anal beans.
There we go.
Wow.
So who does he fucking give it to, finally?
It's the Wicked Witch of the West. I don't fucking know.
Oh, that'd be wicked. Yeah. No, so
Leonard Nimoy. I don't give a fuck.
let me say this. I need
Just
to
say it.
It's
The
Houdini.
Twilight thing is like, say
No
it.
joke.
I want you to say it.
Say it.
He gives it to a vampire.
What would the vampire do with magic beans?
I know.
Well, that's
Vampires
supernatural,
are magical, you know.
Yeah, but you can't go in the garden and enjoy.
Vampire beans.
How do you know what a vampire does in his spare time? He could, plant them, water them in the night, and let them grow in the day.
Yeah, but what the fuck's the point? You can't see them at night.
Take a picture, innit?
What do you mean take a picture?
You watch him on the CCTV. Oh, my plants are looking lovely.
He could just, bring a parasol. Oh shit, it's a bit windy. Oh no, I'm burning alive.
And that's why there is never another vampire in the United Kingdom. He closes the book.
That's a very short story. The vampire.
What the fuck was that story about, Grandad? I don't know. Don't do garden, it's for pussies.
The sun will get you.
The sun will kill you if you go gardening. What about the beach, Dad? That's a different story.
Doesn't. Now go to bed, Jimmy. So
Enough is enough.
Oh yeah, I'm sick of these goddamn fucking
Give
magic
us-
beans and this goddamn story.
There's too many fables in here. No, so he bumped into. I'm being legit now. He bumped into the fairy godmother.
Why? Who's fairy godmother? Fairy godmother of whom though?
I don't know.
Goldilocks.
Of whom? I don't know. She's just there. She appears like, I'm the fairy godmother. Like, okay. And she's like,
Okay,
I'm
she gives the magic beans, bing bang bosh. Cool.
Oi!
Move
Don't
on.
interrupt my
I'm so-
notes. I've got a whole paragraph here and I don't know what it says.
Hell
so
yeah.
she.
Read it.
I was going to, but now I don't want to.
So she wants to buy the cow. He asks, okay, I don't know what to put here. What?
Well, why don't you just turn some rats and pumpkins into a cow then, you old hag?
But I think he asked, why do you want to buy a cow? And she's like, I haven't really thought about it. It's like, this transaction's going
I
through.
want to
Why do you need a
across
reason to
the
buy a
field
cow?
naked.
I want to feel young again. With my magic wand.
So what does she want a cow for?
She hasn't thought about it. Jesus.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't know.
She just
Milk.
said-
What else do you want a fucking cow for?
Well, to be fair, I said Pat starts to lick herself.
What is Pat Boy? Is this like two people in a cow costume? Or
No,
is
it's
it
a real
just a prop,
cow.
isn't it?
It's high budget, this is.
Oh, nice. Oh, excellent.
No, it is two people. You can't.
Yeah.
The kids don't know that, though.
Oh.
Sorry, kids.
Thing is, they're missing the trick with that though, because what you should do just to traumatise the kids, if you have two people in a cat costume, you do
Traumatise the
take them to
kids.
the butchers, and then you get someone to put a knife through the middle of it, and you get them to pass them like fucking intestines and stuff, and go, "Oh, lovely sausages, mate." It's not even the cow. You don't even turn into sausage. I'd make some lovely burgers out of this.
I love
Alternative, I
that.
guess you put a knife, split them in half, and they do the two halves just walk off in different directions.
I'm free. So, what was it? The godmother keeps chatting the magic beans. Oh, that's it. They called them the mysterious crone. I think that they called her.
Well,
And
like fairy godmother.
yeah.
That's a bit rude.
Oh yeah.
She's only 40.
How do you know?
Well, it's mysterious, isn't it? You don't know.
That's
It's
very
just,
true.
it's just
You
how
lack the context.
I guess if it was withered, then we'd assume that she's very ill, but mysterious.
mysterious crone. Very intriguing. So
Mysterious.
they make that, very useful exchange.
Nice.
This is, I bear my eyes short in this because I don't know what else to talk about. So obviously he goes back home. He tells his mum's like, I sold the cow. She's like, great, how much? Like 5 magic beans. And then I just what I love. The dame gets the shovel and just starts whacking him. He goes, I never liked you. I was like, you know what? This.
For a moment, I thought you were going to say she gets the shovel and she says, "Dig."
Just pulling a gun from her pocket. And being there, like,
So
next door, Robert De Niro comes like, "Oh, we're going to make sure that you die with dignity."
You're digging for me?
he might.
You take it from me?
I love the fact he is a regular character and he's not even in the show.
It's everything else is like, fairy tale world, Jack and Jill, the mayor, Jack and the Beanstalk, and then there's just Robert De Niro like, you think I'm a fairy tale? Do I look fairy tale to you?
Think I'm a fable? Think I'm some kind of.
You think I'm a fable? Do I look like a fable to you? Jiminy Cricket, you're going down, boy. Better call me Pinocchio, because if I said I didn't kill you, that would be a lie. Say hi to the Little Mermaid for me when you're sleeping with the fishes. Get fucked.
Why is that not a film? Robert De Niro being a hitman for fairy tale creatures.
Because it's fucking stupid, that's why. It's fucking
No.
dumb as shit.
I'm sorry, that would make fucking billions. If he just went around being a shit out Pinocchio with a baseball bat.
Hell yeah.
The wolf from Red Riding Hood.
Do you remember
Wanna see
the Wolf
what's
Among
inside
Us?
my picnic basket? Looks like it's a panetti.
I thought you said it again. I was
A
like, what?
panetti. It's a kind of shotgun, isn't it?
I don't know why my friend was thinking, oh, baguette.
Nah, it's just
Right.
a baguette, but it's just got a shotgun on one because it fires and just blasts off the end. It's like hiding in flowers, but it's the Italian, no, the French way. That's the one.
French way. This is how we do it down French.
You've gone for me on the day of my father's wedding.
Oh my god.
What? That's more like
It's
racist
just how the
Mexican
noise
accent.
came
And
first with
French.
no context.
Not the best.
Oh, it should just be the whole film. It's just no story, just him and
Yeah, it's just him coming in saying all that.
yeah, that's all you need. Like,
The 3 bears? No, it's the 2 bears.
Snow
And the
White and
one.
the 7 dwarves. Don't worry, I'll make sure that everyone wears white at your wedding. Bang. Why do everyone wear
Why
white
is it
at your
wedding?
I don't know.
that was such a weird tongue twister, which made no sense.
Yeah. This is the white, I guess.
I thought it sounds like that hunter from, who hates Bugs Bunny, like in disguise of what to do. You know,
Yeah,
you you red, white, webby.
Red Riding Hood.
Rapunzel, lay down your hair. And now you better get ready to lay down your life.
Can you imagine him wearing all the
Aw.
like you know how the princess dress? Imagine him just wearing all
Yeah.
that with a gun.
Like the puffy sleeves and everything. She lets her hair down. He just gets a lighter and just see you in hell.
You like my
Hey,
life.
you called Rumpelstiltskin? I don't know how to fucking spell your name, but I'll give it a go on your tombstone.
Why is that so funny? Just him actually trying to carve. How the fuck do you spell this
the
name?
only one afterwards that they show any like aftermath is him going and he spelled it completely wrong. So close enough.
It's like you fucking.
I'm pretty sure there's a Z in there somewhere.
He starts beating up the gravestone. You fucking mocking me? Can't spell the name properly. See, this is why I keep more jokes about this piece, so I don't have to talk about the shit.
So, what was the, what happened next?
No, please don't do this to me. I'd rather actually watch Robert De Niro beat up a gravestone for calling him dyslexic. Okay, what happens is, after telling his mum the fantastic news that he sold his fucking cow for magic beans, so she starts child abusing him, smacking with the shovel, saying, I never liked you. He's like, but the magic beans. And he's like, oh, what a load of bloody rubbish. She throws the beans onto the ground and like, right, go to bed, like, run enough of this. And she's, oh my god, do you know what happens next? Do you have any idea what happens next? I bet you
The beans grow.
How the fuck do you know?
Because I know the fairy tale.
No, this is a different version though. The thing is, because I like practical stuff, they did this really weird, I would say it's not great, but what they do, the set, they have like a model of the town, and then on top of this little set, it's like the house, Jack's house. Then the giant beanstalk comes out the side of it. I'm like, oh, that's a really nice practical way to do it. And then obviously after it's finished growing, like it comes back and then you see the full size beanstalk, which looks shit because it's a pantomime and there's no effort put into it whatsoever.
Yeah.
So we finally made it to the beanstalk growing. But this is why it's like nearly an hour in. It's how close it is. This is an hour and 15 minutes.
Is the giant only in it for like 15 minutes?
I saw you don't even see the giant.
No.
Yeah. I felt like a
Did you
kid.
hear him at least?
If I was a kid, where the fuck's a big dude? What's going on? What's good?
B5 faux fum. I don't see a fucking giant, mum.
I think she'd be like, you know what, that's reasonable, son. Yep. But this is the thing. I think I couldn't write anymore. So I don't even write about him going up the beanstalk because he actually goes up there and you think, oh, it's just where he's. So he hesitates, of course. I think the fairy godmother was like, oh, if you go up there, get all the riches, you know. Everything we paid for. He's like, nah, fuck that. I don't want to go up there. I think he's like, oh, you know, yeah, okay. Then she's like, well, you have to defeat the giant as well. It's like, what? So you have to defeat. It's like, nah, I'm not going up
In
there.
a wrestling match.
But to be fair, that's a WWE's ass. He's got the golden egg. But it's like, I think anyone would be like, oh, there's a giant, fuck that, like, look at me, I'm like a peak, like, compared to him. But everyone in the village like, no, I've got to go. It's like, oh, well, we all fucking go. Like, it's all of us here. Like, but no, what I love about Panto's, like, I don't know why I love it. It's like, he starts climbing the beanstalk, but as an adult, like, that's a ladder, isn't it? It's like, yeah, go at the beanstalk. He's going up. He's like, yeah. He reaches the top. And who does he see at the top? Who's in? You think he'll be the giant in
It's the Baron.
It's like a weird Scooby-Doo. It was me all along. I am the giant. No.
Fairy godmother again.
Only joking.
Let's see who this giant really is. It was the Baron.
And I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling, Jack.
No, let's be honest. If we did do revealing, like, it was Robert De Niro.
You're talking to me?
I would have got away with it if you were.
You're accusing me? So dumb. How have we got this Robert De Niro thing going on for so fucking long?
This is what I mean. This is more
acting,
entertaining than the actual show. I really hate you for doing it. I hate you for making me watch this. It felt like I had so much hope for this, weirdly. And I was like, oh no, of course. It's just the way, fuck it. It's pan shit. So he goes up the ladder, like, not the ladder, up the beanstalk, not the ladder. It's what everyone expects, though, isn't it? Like, oh, when he climbs up, it's very dramatic. It's him entering a new world. But now he's like, whoop. So I'm at the top. It's like Marioing it. Consider this one, how big the cast was. I think the budget went to their payment because you don't see a giant. You just see that gay guy again. That his name. I will never remember his name. He just did nothing. He's like, oh hi, this is my actual part that like it's all leading to. I'm just the giant's housekeeper. What the fuck is going on? So why he's gonna eat Jack, but you're fine. He doesn't eat gay gay people, apparently. That's just one. He's like, I'm no homo.
Is
Homophobe.
that
Bifo
homophobic or
fam.
not to not eat a gay person?
I smell the blood of a gay man.
I only eat, straight men. Not like the gay men just do my kitchen shit. I don't know. He just stood there, and then you just hear the voice of the giant like B5 and all that shit. And then he's like, "Oh yeah, hide in the drawer or something. Like take all the gold in the drawer, then go away." And so like you don't see
What
the
sort of
giant.
housekeeper is this?
It's just it's a
Oh,
shit
yes,
one.
I'm here to keep the house. You know
It's
what?
like-
Why don't you just take all the valuables and leave?
Yeah, why?
You
Because
didn't want to.
Oh,
I just keep the house. I don't keep anything in it.
can I say that is like what Sam just said? That is actually a plot point because he's like, oh, I'm just stuck here. I can't go anywhere. It's like, go with Jack. Just no one's forcing you to
There's a
stay.
big ass beanstalk there, Ben.
Yeah, just go down. How did he get there in the first place? If it wasn't there before, it's just like a weird. It's just like a natural occurrence in this world. Like, oh, beanstalk. I'll just go up. Oh, housekeeper now.
I was born in the giant's lair, moulded by it. You merely climbed the beanstalk.
You think the beanstalk is your ally? What the fuck? I just don't get the joke. I really don't. Apparently he's stuck there. He's not. He could just walk away. But you don't see the giant. He just speaks out to the crowd like he speaks to the giant. He's like, oh yeah, nothing's going on here. No. It's like,
I've seen a production, like a panto production of Jack and the Beanstalk, and they had a giant in it.
yeah, it's the whole thing. Everyone goes to see it. 'Cause
I
they
mean,
wanna
what you do, right? You've got the mini Jack going up the beanstalk, getting whiplashed up it. You just have that same Jack when he gets to the top, just
a big
flapping
person.
against the legs of this normal sized man.
yeah, that would have been.
I'll take you down, giant.
Just like this. No.
And the giant just like grabs him off the thing and just chucks him into the,
Just
off the
eats it
stage.
back down. I was like, fucking beanstalk.
And you do a Wilhelm screen as well. Like,
Yeah.
No,
yeah, it's the thing.
No, let's be honest. What you just did, that is do the Monty Python. Know the bridge scene. I don't know that. Well, a bit of both. Just mix them together.
What is your
What
quest?
about, like, he gets chucked off and he's like, "Ugh," and then he gets halfway down and he's like, ah!
But yeah, it's low budget still. Like, it costs nothing to do that, but they just have a voice. It's like, okay. Then, if I look at my notes. So, that's pretty much all I can remember.
You've
So,
still got notes? Oh my god.
yeah, but not much.
Sorry,
It's
just
literally
imagining.
fucking nothing.
It's just the giant like pretending to be attacked by like a little puppet that he's just like attacking himself with, like, get it off me! So he's like
It's a
smushing
sock
into his
puppet as well,
face.
even worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's going for my throat.
Anyone
What
would
can
be
I do? P5
He's got a little axe. I don't know what to do. I think I could
A
fall
very
down.
camp giant doing that would have been quite funny.
Oh no,
to be fair.
is this Jack the Giant Slayer? Whatever shall I do?
Housekeepers!
Say, housekeeper, help me.
Bodyguard! I need assistance. See, that would. I love that. Yeah. I think
Oh, Jack, I'm going to grind your bones to make my bread.
because I'm on a new diet, though, I just need to know what to weight. So.
On a
And
new
I'm
diet.
told that human bones is the perfect ingredient to
It has
you
all
know,
the-
make it so that it's not as fatty anymore.
It has all the protein I need. I need to stay in shape if we're going to like couple down on these people. This, like, I think it's how bored I got because I think when he goes up the beanstalk, he goes in the straw. There's lots of gold. He puts it in his JD bag or whatever. He's like, "Well, I'm off again. So see ya." So he Mario's it back down the beanstalk, and then the housekeeper's like, "Oh, I'm just trapped here." It's like, "No, you're a lazy twat. That's what you are. Just fucking move your legs." Where Jack just went, and the beanstalk there. It must be there fucking ages. That beanstalk for days before he gets back down. And before I start getting angry, it's a little break in the show. So it's when the Dane comes out and he starts interacting with the kids and the adults, and they have to sing a really crappy song. It's like, kids do this.
You just sing along.
I couldn't follow it properly. I got the words wrong.
Spoil.
Robert De Niro came out and helped me immensely with
I
this.
just want a pantomime where they like try to get the kids to just do a really hard rap, just to like upset them.
It was just, yeah.
And the kids need to say this line: "Mummy and Daddy don't love you."
You were.
They just look at him. Mummy and Daddy don't love you. Not me.
You were a mistake.
I said no, not me.
To be fair, there's some bits like that. Like when there's, I think it's was it Adrian is like as the Dame is interacting. What was it? He goes, "Oh yeah, and all the blokes sing this," and then like you hear someone go, "Whoa." It's like, fuck it now. It's like, he's like, "What the hell was that?" But he said like, "What was it?" He says so like he brings in Viagra into the mix. So that is all I got from it. Like it's like doing a crappy sing song, but then his comments towards like the parents made me laugh. And then I put ordinary banana.
What?
I don't
Okay.
know the context of that. I really can't remember.
Okay.
It must be a sexual innuendo, surely. But that was it. He's called Timmy the housekeeper. I swear, the housekeeper's Timmy the kitchen cleaner. Unless that's what I called him.
Okay.
Also, this is same one. For some reason, remember what he is. Like he goes. I put Timmy the kitchen cleaner. Likes it when the giant grunts because he's huge. I swear that's what he said. I was like, yep. That's all you are. You're just
Okay, then.
So he's not stuck. He just likes the groaning of the giant because he's
It's
huge.
just his fetish.
Yeah.
That's a bit weird, but okay.
I will finish this off because I wrote nothing else after this. I think my brain was slowly dying. So
Cool.
he gets all the money and everything, and they're dressed in these really, Spaceballs.
Yeah.
You know at the end how they're dressed for the wedding, like very 80s kind of stuff, like the high collar. It's like that. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like that. And then so he's like, oh, that all the rent's paid off, and I think Jill and Jack do get married, and then the Baron gets it on with the Dave.
Hey.
So
Wait, that makes them step siblings now, doesn't it?
wait, what?
Well, they're both the parents of the.
That makes Jack and Jill step siblings. Now.
Sam, how is your family?
If they do get together, I suppose they would make them
I
step.
thought they were already together, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think they get
Oh, you mean
married at this
those
point.
two, right?
Yeah. Oh, that was it as well. So Jack comes in. with a
What are
massive-
you doing, step sibling?
So they actually do eventually go up the hill to fetch,
Nice.
yeah, and then he comes back with a massive bandage on his head. They're like, "What happened to you?" He's like, "We went up the hill." It's like, so the joke kind of paid off.
There you go.
So like, when you just like you're kind of relieved but couldn't give a shit. You're like, there's the joke.
Why did they put the well at the top of a hill? What the fuck's wrong with them?
But I literally can't. I honestly, for the life of me, I can't remember else what happened. Like, it's just an hour bollocks, to be honest.
I think that's a very apt review. I think we'll take that as your. Hang on. An hour of bollocks. 4 words straight away. We got your fucking 4 words. An hour of bollocks.
I love that.
And I think that'll be your final verdict. Could you recommend it?
Yeah, so I'm not the only one that suffered through this. Yeah, but I did have a quick look at the director. Although with pantomime stuff, there's not really much directing, is there? You just point 3 cameras up the stage, like there you go, got it. But I was looking at the director. I don't know the name that well. He's done the series Spy. Remember that?
Oh,
Yeah.
Spy, that's a good one. Time for a word. Oh, unless you got something else to say.
No.
Time for a word from our sponsors.
I mean, that was a word, to be fair.
Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas! Santa here, telling you about all the amazing finds at Santa's Lost Items Shop. Full of great deals of things that fell off my sleigh, now for purchase by you. Such items as a baseball pincushion, a copy of Some Like It Hot on DVD, a bottle of snake oil, half a goat's leg, a ZX Spectrum, a roll of tin foil, an old open packet of blueberry jam donuts, a bottle opener in the shape of the TARDIS, some stickers from the TV show Only Fools and Horses, Phantasy Star 2 for the Sega Mega Drive. All these and more at Santa's Lost Items Shop. We hope to see you soon.
I guess we'll just jump straight into what I've been doing.
Yeah.
I made some Magic the Gathering cards with stupid abilities that make no sense.
Perfect. What are these abilities?
God, I'm going to have to draw a fucking card now.
Drawing a card.
What, you're going to draw a new one?
Oh,
One of them is a slime with Myriad. That effect will make sense to anyone who's played Magic the Gathering.
A myriad of effects.
I've got a card which is Freaky, based on the film Freaky,
Oh, that's freaky.
which reads, target a creature, swap all effects of a target creature with an opponent's creature.
Nice.
Okay.
The target
it.
creature being a different creature? Oh, so it swaps a different one of yours with one of
Yes.
theirs.
So that means if
Gotcha.
you've got like a really crap creature and they've got a really good creature, you can just swap the abilities and be like, well, I guess your creature's a bit wank now.
Aha! Now you have a Winkeribo.
Brilliant. It doesn't change the stats, it just changes the effects.
Oh.
So that means if one of them's got indestructible, your real weak monster is now indestructible.
Oh, damn. So it's not pointless after all.
I mean, it's stupid, because you have to wait for them to have a creature that's not just a big thing. And
Big
because
block
I
stats.
love a certain brand's ice cream, I have a card ice cream.
Please say it's brain freeze.
Yeah, the ability is Brain Freeze, which I thought was funny. If a target creature gains +2/+2 and 2 stun counters.
Perfect.
I think that's funny.
Here, have a Mr. Whippy.
Anyway, other thing I did for anniversary is I rewatched Megamind. It's great.
I've never seen it. Oh,
What?
wait, have I?
Megamind?
No, I've never seen it.
You
Oh.
should. It's very good. Unexpected Developments, the game that we were making last time,
Yeah.
that was finished. We put that out, and we also
Finished,
named
as
the
in
group.
the demo thing you did.
We haven't finished the entire game. We finished what we were doing for the game jam.
Because
Yeah.
I saw something. Didn't you guys post something, like an announcement that you got?
It was we named the group Crab Bucket Games
Nice.
Nice.
because I
Nice.
just thought that's a fun name. And this might be the thing that you saw. We won the fucking game jam.
Hey!
Nice.
Yeah. Is this the first kind of
Is that how to
game
sneeze that?
that first game you put out there as well? that you've
It's
made?
the second one, technically. The first one we did was that grilling one.
Right.
The second game is Unexpected Developments, a more horror-focused one.
I still think it's impressive the fact it's for your second game and you actually won.
Well, we've got first place in both.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's not that special
Which is
now.
pretty cool.
I think you've had your moment now. So twice.
Yep. Every game from now on is going to be terrible.
No, it's like what? Oh, I came first, guys. Came first again. Came first again.
Time to spin the wheel. Let's see what
Spin the
stupid
wheel.
thing it is. Oh dear. Okay. What,
Excellent.
in you guys' opinion, is the worst superpower?
The worst.
Yeah, the worst.
Heart attack induction. Self-targeted.
I mean, that is pretty bad. You find out you've got it and then you immediately use it and you're dead.
I mean, to be fair though, the ones where it's like, oh yes, everybody within a kilometre of me just dies, they're pretty grim. Because you normally
Yeah.
get those happen when you're like in your parents' house or something, you know?
So you're saying his power gives other people heart attacks?
No, his power just melts them through radiation.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's disturbing.
Disintegrates kind of, I guess. Vaporize.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty grim.
Foley, what would you think is a terrible power?
Being a meth addict.
I don't think that's a power.
Yeah, you can't.
It's my power.
You need help.
What if you induced it
Because,
in other people?
like, if you're-
just made other people a meth addict by just sort of thinking hard and concentrating on
No,
them.
it's the fact, like, you know, it's like running down a bit. You have to recharge with just taking meth every time. It's like the way you recharge. So
That's less of a power and more of a recharge method.
Yeah,
It's a
for
debuff.
what about if you had
A
the power?
debuff.
But what about, because obviously the drug makes you feel good, so like if you had the power to make everyone feel good, then you would like, oh, I need more meth to get everyone else.
So by you consuming meth, you
Yeah.
make other people around you
Ah,
really
so
happy.
This
Yeah,
is
so
like-
it radiates
this is
happiness.
some-
So it's a different radiation. So you're like giving everyone else a nice, how would you say it, like dopamine kind of feeling. But when you're running low, like, oh, I need more meth, man. Like it's just-
Dopamine transmission.
Yeah, dopamine. Sounds like a weird sex.
His origin story is that he just transmits all his emotions to everyone nearby, and he was so fed up with making everybody depressed that he just got high permanently.
Yeah. So it's this, he turns out he just turns
He's
out
now
he's doing fuck all.
Bliss Man.
Fucking hell. I mean, I was thinking just a power that is really just useless and innocuous would be my call. Maybe like when you enter a building, your power is that you know exactly where every window in that building is at all times.
So like
That's a
an
really useless, annoying ability.
So you're kind of like
If you got a job where it's like some sort of like surveyor specifically for like windows and shit, you just walk in. Oh yeah, I gotta look at that one. That's something's not right with that window there.
But you can't tell if there's anything wrong with them. You just know where it is.
You know where it should be. So you're like, it's off by a foot. Something's clearly up.
you don't want to go there. You've got a bad view over there. Fucking hell, change that.
This
But
is clearly a fire hazard.
It sounds like your wish gone wrong. No, where like
Yeah.
what do you wish for? Oh, I wish for like a Windows P. You think like Windows like PC. It's like, oh, you got the gift to see every window. It's like,
I guess you get the
Window.
window one. You're like really happy with it for like 10 years, and then just computers start being like everywhere, and it just starts being useless because it's just detecting like every fucking computer that's not running Linux.
yeah, the see like the Matrix itself. Like,
So what would your wish be? Is like, I wish I could see the windows, like see windows around me, meaning that you wished to see like I don't know, get like a UI around you, so you can just right click on people and all this kind of
Could
thing.
be.
But the genie's just like, all right, sure, yeah, you can see windows around you, and you're like, great. Oh,
With-
there's one of the
with that-
what?
with-
Oh no.
It's just got like it's got extra vision, just specifically on Windows. Any window that's anywhere nearby, you can just see through anything to see it.
But it's
So,
only if you're in the building. You can't see. If you're outside
Oh.
the building, then that means that you can't see
What?
any windows.
That is-
You don't see
other
any
than
of the
normal.
content.
Unless there's like a fire and you know where like an emergency exit is next to a window or some shit.
So it's like Superman can't see through lead, but you can't see outside where the windows are.
I don't know. You just walk in a building, you see windows around you.
So
Window
You
man.
don't even see them through the walls or anything like with your eyes. You just like know where they are instinctively.
but you have to
Right.
go. So you have to go in the building to know where the windows are.
You walk in the building and you instinctively know in the building where every window is. You see what I mean? It's something that's really useless.
If this guy's occupation was a window cleaner, he's fucked. The fact he has to go
Yeah.
out the only outside. It says, I don't know where the windows
I
are.
clean windows, but I only clean the inside of windows.
Thing
Most
is, this is the sort
pointless
of guy
job.
that like people would take the piss out of him throughout the entire film or whatever, and then there'd be that one time where he's just utterly invaluable. Oh no, the entire city's been cloaked in darkness.
We have to get out the
What do
building.
we do?
Oh.
Oh, the window's over there.
God, good point up there. Go,
Right, so you're saying that the entire city gets like effectively put in like a giant concrete dome, and he's like, I know that one escape port is over there.
Well, I'm thinking it's like dark fog, you know. You can't see anything even if you've got a light source. He's like, oh, it's still just a window there.
I love the idea, by the way, that the difference is that there's got to be a glass pane in it. So he walks into a building, and then he's like, oh, there's a window over there, and then a ball hits it, and it smashes it, and he's like, oh, is there not one there anymore?
Gets in a gunfight and just my windows are vanishing.
It's just what the.
He gets in a car, and he just knows all the windows around him are there.
Well, so wait, this is the thing. So with a car,
We're
you-
overanalyzing this one, not the self-inducing heart attack one. We're overanalyzing
I mean, that
fucking
was pretty.
window detector.
No, so with the car, so what you're saying is, when you look at a car, you can see all of it, can't you?
Yeah.
But you can only see all the windows when he's in the car.
Yeah.
It just means if he closes his eyes, he'll be able to know where the windows are around him.
Wait,
How about-
Wait! What did you just say? He has to close his eyes.
No, he doesn't have to close his eyes. He just can. He just can close his eyes.
Oh, he can go-
Blindfolded.
That sounds like a really shit superpower. I can close my eyes. It's like great.
I close my eyes and I know where the windows are. And it's like, well, look out them then with your eyes open.
This is the B. This is like the Z men. Like this is how terrible they.
How about this though, right? He's not like a Matten, he's like a coordinator. He walks into a building with his team, they go off and do stuff, he just hangs out in the lobby. They've each got little model houses in their pockets or something. But windows, I know where they all are.
What? So wait, they have models on the inside.
Well, they've got little windows in their pockets effectively, so he can tell where they are.
Oh, okay, no, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's actually quite cool.
Yeah.
You know, like, moving windows, so he knows exactly where everyone is at all times.
Exactly.
If this guy had his own superhero
Because then he
movie,
knows where like the safe is, so that he can get like a briefcase, put a window in it, close the
Ooh.
briefcase, and put it through the back, and he'll know where that
Yeah,
window's
make it as like a
moving.
deposit in there and then track it.
Fucking hell! How have you made this ability markedly useful?
so now we know how his team operate and how his powers work.
Somebody self-induces a heart attack as a distraction. But just like, okay, 3, 2, 1. He just collapses to the ground, and everyone's like, he's faking it. Oh my god, he isn't actually faking it. He's not faking it.
With enough practice, he doesn't induce another heart attack that counteracts the first one.
It's like that fucking thing where I think there's like a superpower that someone has like the ability to move through their body or something like that. It's like Kitty Pryde who can move through walls. She's got the ability to, she stops her heart and then she reaches inside at the last second and just like starts pumping it manually so it starts beating again. And I'm just like, yeah, fuck, this is fucking bollocks. What's going on?
But it's when everyone starts clocking on it as a distraction, then the meth man comes in. It's like, free drugs! Get up!
Everyone was just like, oh,
It's a distraction.
so good.
But that's great!
Oh my god, we're so happy.
Get to the window! Get to the window! But you know, his theme tune would be the windows. Like, da-da-da-da. I don't know. And then when it
I reckon
ends...
he's called double glazing. That's his superhero name.
No, that'll be the sequel, Double Glazing.
Oh,
And then, knowing at the end of the film...
glazed again.
It'll be the Windows shutdown music. It's like, da-da-da-da. And that's it has to be all Windows themed.
Nice.
And any time that there's a problem that comes up, it just be dong.
Just like a little pop-up. Do you remember this phone? This a callback?
He's got like a little imaginary friend that talks to him, and he's just a paperclip. And he's
Yeah.
like, do you need help with this? And he's still like, no, fuck off.
Do you know where the windows are on this building?
Yes, I do. It's the
That's
only thing I can
right.
fucking do.
That's right.
What would be his like lead? You know, like Superman can't see through lead. What would it be?
The
Max
outdoors.
or something.
It'd be the
The
tinted
outdoors.
windows.
I guess that is true actually. Outdoors.
Like they just make it so that in order to be able to stop him, the superhero just takes like the roof off the building he's on. He's like, no, I'm no longer indoors. I can't see where any of the windows are. Now we've done that stupid superpowered tangent.
Yeah.
Final thing, I tried coffee and I hated it.
Wait, which coffee did you try?
I think it was
Yeah.
Kenko.
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 Oh, Kenko's shit. What are you on about?
Yeah,
Oh,
Kenko's probably shit.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it. It was black like your soul, Foley.
Yeah,
Sam,
as it
you
should
a
be.
Dark Soul too?
I am a Dark Soul 2 scholar of the first sin.
Yes, you are.
That's right.
So what was your game, Sam?
My
Kenko.
game was Far Cry 5 actually.
Oh, yes.
No, it was Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin.
It's sponsored by Kenko.
Yes.
Oh.
So Dark Souls 2 was sponsored by Kenko, originally released in 2014.
Oh.
That is 10 years ago. That was 3 years after the first Dark Souls.
Just
And
want
it
to
was
point
then...
out, good luck fucking getting the connection to this, mate.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Well,
Is
the
there a
thing is,
Dave
Dark
in
Souls
this?
2 is it's a pantomime game.
Yes.
Oh
No,
no,
no, it
there's
isn't.
not.
Yeah, so Dark Souls 2, right?
Yes.
Released in 2014 and then it's re-released again with some technical improvements and gameplay changes as Scholar of the First Sin, and that's the 2015 to 2-ish years later. And that came with the miraculous ability to play in 60 FPS instead of 30. Wow. Brilliant.
Mind blowing.
Yeah. So I've played Dark Souls 3 for like 500 hours, and I've played Elden Ring for like 500 hours, and I've played Dark Souls 2 more than both of those combined. So there you go. That's a bit of Well, you see, I was thinking like I've been playing these games that we've been reviewing for like I don't know 3 or 4 hours for the recent ones, and I figured I should step it up a bit and do like 1,000 or so.
We delayed it a little bit. It was only going to be about 700, but then we delayed the podcast like a couple of weeks, and so as a result, Sam was able to play it a little bit. So
Yeah, I was just playing it full time, just for this reason.
How many hours then? Do you know specifically, or is it just?
Well, the thing is, I've got it on Steam and I've also got it on PS3, which is what I had it on originally. So I don't know how much I had on PS3. I'm guessing like maybe 100 or 200 hours on that. But I don't know.
You do better than that, Sam. Play a bit more.
Pop those numbers.
I will. I shall.
Fair play.
To be
though.
fair,
Looking
though.
in the bottom right to see if you'd booted it up. Just then.
Let's just add a bit more hours
Yeah.
now. Yeah, so let me just do my research.
Alright, I'll be back in a bit.
So let me just narrate my gameplay. It may take a while.
Oh dear.
I'm
Alright.
standing in the.
Just before
Speaking-
you start,
Oh,
I
yeah?
have played this game.
Yeah.
And I do not like this game. I do not like any of the Dark Souls games, and I acknowledge that it's entirely my fault. The first time I ever played a Dark Souls game was Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin.
That's right.
Sin. Sam voted for me, and I decided, in my infinite wisdom,
And
I'm
against
new
my
to this game.
evidence.
I know what I should do. I should do an entire game using only my fists. That will be a good idea. I've never played this game before. I don't know how these games play, so I will forego weapons and armor and only use my fisticuffs. And I died horribly, and I did not do very well. And I blame the game, and I stand by that decision.
Indeed. Now the funny thing is, I've done a fists only playthrough, and the area that you were stuck on was like actually really easy. Obviously, a lot easier with a weapon, but yeah.
Yeah. But when you got Fist of Steel like
I
recently,
mean, I only played it for like 2 hours. I just didn't have the patience.
Yeah.
you lose
Yeah.
interest very easily.
Instead, I decided to play a Dragon Quest game and grind for like
Graham,
7
Grind and
hours. Yeah,
Nice.
did you use your
Don't
fist in
say
that
that
as well?
grind in Dark Souls.
I did actually.
Rhys is acting like he's called like a new, you're like a pacifist, but he's like weaponist. He's like, nope, you got my fists
That's
here.
what so I'm a
Pacifist.
pacifist. I use my fist.
Yeah.
Beat the shit out of you. Anyway, as you know this game incredibly well, Sam,
Yep.
I think I gave you the stipulation of only narrating this playthrough of it as best as you could.
Yeah, I forgot about that, so
Ah, piss.
I'm not going to do that.
We're going to be here for 4 hours.
Yeah, let's go.
Back
So the
on,
gameplay
guys.
it's a third-person action RPG,
Okay.
and it's got more emphasis on the action than on the RPG.
Yes.
Right.
Yep, cool.
Oh, sorry.
Tis no Dragon Quest 11.
That's correct. It's Dragon Quest 12, if anything.
Yes.
Take from that what you may.
Wouldn't be
And I
surprised.
will not, because I don't know
I
what
am
that means.
processing and nothing.
I mean, it's not out yet.
Yeah, they may have taken a drastic change and just ripped off a different game completely. So it's got fairly simple controls and gameplay. You can walk around, you can sprint, roll, and backstep movement. You can equip a weapon, shield, spellcasting catalyst, or ranged weapon to one or both of your hands, and you get the full moveset in both hands. You can attack with left and right, and You got R1 and R2, they do the light attack and the heavy attack, and you got L1, L2 for your left hand. You can block if you've got shield or if you're two-handing weapon, and you can backstab enemies, which is like a little grappling attack rather than just like a swinging at them, which is neat. You can avoid damage by either blocking or by rolling. Your roll has iframes, so you're just like invulnerable for a short period during it. Pretty neat. So pretty much every action you take in combat, other than just walking, uses stamina. And if you hit 0 stamina, then you can't dodge or attack or whatever for like about a second before the regen kicks in. And the regen is pretty fast. You get back to full in a few seconds. So unlike something like Skyrim, where you use stamina over like most of the fight, and then you're just kind of stuck there with no stamina for like a few minutes before it recovers. This is more moment-to-moment stamina management.
So is it actually a bit more, actually quite fair of how the stamina rebuilds again?
Yeah.
Is it because I thought Dark Souls was known for being like very brutal, like with the whole combat system?
Very tough.
Yeah.
But as soon as you understand the system, it's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you go in just like mashing attack, you're gonna run out of stamina and then just kind of be stuck there being smacked in the face.
Continue, sorry.
Yeah, it's when you start using fists only in this world. It becomes unfair. Yeah.
I don't know what you mean. He actually invited me to play it with him because there's a multiplayer feature, and I told him to piss off.
Combat's pretty deliberate in this. It's not like something in like DMC where you're swinging around and you do crazy combos and that sort of crap. In this, you've got sort of set sequences for your light attacks and heavy attacks, and each time you do them, it's going to be the same sequence, like 1, 2, 3, reset 1, 2, 3 type thing. Your attacks are fairly slow in comparison, and for when you and your enemies, when you start an attack, you commit to it, so you finish it. It makes the combat very deliberate, and that makes it methodical, based on stamina management tactics and execution, rather than twitch reflexes and being a stylish bastard like in DMC. And that's why it's hard but fair. Pretty neat. It's not hard and bullshit like Battletoads. There you go.
Battletoads?
Battletoads.
Battletoads?
I have not, but I've heard you bitch about it.
I don't remember doing so, but I probably have.
Is it just hopping to
So?
Don't spoil your next game, my please. No.
I would rather die.
Oof.
Because I respawn at the bonfire. So throughout the world, indeed.
In Battletoads, you spawn at a bonfire every time.
So bonfires are scattered around the world, and they serve as points for resting, respawning, and fast travel. Pretty neat. So when you rest, you get your health back, you get your S's back, which is your healing item, and it revives any enemies that you've killed that aren't bosses.
Say revives?
It does.
What?
So every time you rest, it pretty much resets the area you're in, except for any bosses that
so
you
they
killed.
just like respawn? Like,
Yep.
So effectively, you could farm kills on like lower rank enemies to level up. But
When you die,
Yep.
you revive the bonfire. Dying it's expected. It's a normal part of gameplay. It's not game over. You're expected to die, and when you do, you learn from it. Pretty neat. You do find a blood stain where you died, which contains all the souls that you had. You get the souls from killing enemies, and they're the universal currency of the game, used for buying things and also for leveling up. So pretty important. Blood stain remains there until you either collect it or you die again, in which case it gets replaced by a new blood stain with whatever you're currently holding. So you can lose souls if you're not careful or unlucky.
Wait, so the blood stain's kind of like all the stuff kind of collected.
Yeah, pretty much. You drop your wallet, right? If you don't get back to it in time.
That makes sense.
Nabbed it.
Oh yeah, also, every time you die, your max health decreases by 10%. And that goes down to a minimum of 50%. So you can be on half health if you're crap at the game, I guess. But there's an item you can use to undo that, and they're pretty common. So there's different damage types in the game. There's physical and elemental ones. There's a bunch of those, which I'm not going to go into. But different weapons, different armors, defend or deal lots of damage. So you can gear up for certain fights, that sort of thing. You've got stats effects. You've got a little meter that fills up. That's based on your stats, how big it is. You get those from being hit or from environmental effects. And the effects only actually activate when the meter's filled up. So it's either like for poison, when it fills up, you start taking poison damage for a while, and that's shockingly dangerous in this one compared to the other ones. It's very, very easy to die to that. And there's stuff like petrification that feels like when you just turn to a statue and you're dead. Pretty neat, eh? Yeah. Yep. You can apply some of those, and they can all be applied to you by enemies. So the game has got a bunch of equipment in it. You've got weapons, you've got daggers, straight swords, curved swords, katanas, thrusting swords, great swords, curved great swords, ultra great swords, axes, great axes, hammers, great hammers, fist claw weapons, spears, halberds, lances, reapers, whips, twin blades, bows, great bows, crossbows, pyromancy, flames, chimes, staves, and then you've got numerous variations within this category. So there's 225 weapons in total.
I'll be honest, I wasn't listening to most of that.
The general gist of it was just to show there's a lot of weapons Lots of weapon types.
Can you list off
Very
the
nice.
weapons again, please? I didn't get it.
So daggers, straight swords, curved
Oh,
swords,
God,
katanas,
yeah.
thrusting swords, great swords,
I'm
curved
zoning
great
out.
swords, ultra
I'm
great swords,
zoning out.
axes, great axes, hammers, great hammers, fistful weapons, spears, halberds, lances, reefers, whips, twin blades, bows, grip bows, crossbows, primary flames, chimes, and staves.
Now,
And
you
another
done?
one.
can someone please add like a beat to that? Because that sound like Eminem kind of stuff right there.
Oh, God, okay.
See, the thing is, I'm really shit at rapping, but like that list is really nice to go through.
That
really.
had a really nice flow to it. I rate that. We
Yeah.
disagree because you can't get that flow.
Yeah, could be better.
I just
So,
can't be asked to do that.
You know,
edit.
Thanos is like twin blade thing he uses in Endgame.
Yes.
The
The
perfect-
red thing. He stole
Yeah.
that from Dark Souls 2.
Oh, the
The helicopter
bastard.
blade. It didn't spin like that though, because that's stupid.
Well, I can't more. Kind of like where he's got his double-ended lightsaber.
That's not in
This
it.
just
unfortunately.
in. This just in. Dark Souls 2 stole from Star Wars and the Phantom Menace.
Dun, dun, dun. That's not Thanos, that's War of the Worlds.
Close enough, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got space in it.
Fuck, what's the Duel of the Fates? How's that go again? That's the one. Thank you. Alright, so armor then. You got head slots, chest slots,
fucking
hand
hell.
and leg slots. Pretty neat. Well, at least I haven't gone through the main menu. Do you want me to do that?
Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
please don't do the main menu.
Please go through the
Please don't do the
As
main
someone
menu.
who hasn't played the game, please go through the main menu.
Okay, you launch in, and it's got like a press any button to continue thing.
Yeah.
You press it, and it goes like whoosh, and then
Oh,
it's got some pretty sick music, like operatic, relaxing stuff. Pretty neat.
pretty neat. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And you click
Is
continue
that
to
it?
continue.
Is that the main menu?
No, there's other stuff. There's graphics endings on that.
Oh no, can you please no.
Alright, so armors. They got different defenses of the various damage types, of course. They've also got poise. Like heavier armors will let you be attacked without like being interrupted in your attacks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can just power through and keep on swinging. And some pieces have unique effects like fast spell casting or stat boosts. Cool. Got an equip load. That's based on one of your stats. And unlike Skyrim or something where it takes into account like everything you're holding, this is just the things you actually have currently equipped on your body or in your hands, that sort of thing, which is neat.
Nice.
And the heavier you are, kind of the slower you are in terms of rolling. And if you get super heavy, you can't roll at all or sprint, which is quite funny. And I tried doing a little bit of a playthrough of that, and it's just like so slow. You're like below walking speed the entire time.
It is just
so
like
painful.
ridiculously slow when you're walking. Like,
Yeah, it takes like I don't know, 10 minutes to go what would be normally 30 seconds
but
if
wouldn't
you
it-
could sprint.
I would have thought. Oh, no, actually, I would have thought like the more heavy you are, the more effective it would be like rolling.
I mean,
But then again, you
I mean,
I
I
think
would,
the
I
issue
would
is
just
you
imagine
won't be able to
you
get back up again.
halfway through the roll and you just fall flat on your back.
yeah, you'd be like a turtle
Yeah.
that's on its back. Like, well,
see,
live
funny
it.
enough, there are actually enemies that are kind of like that. They've got like a big round shell, like they're wearing like full thick armor stuff, and one of their attacks is just to fall on their back at you if you're behind them, and they kind of wriggle around and get back up again. You probably did see one of those.
Well, see if they can do
A
it.
thwimp.
A what?
A thwimp. Yes.
What the hell are you talking about?
A thwimp. No, not a thwimp.
What are you chatting?
Not a thwimp. I'm not a thwimp.
What is it
You mean a
called?
shrimp? You're the list.
No.
Mike Tyson tries to say shrimp. Oh, thwimp.
You call me a thwimp?
Call me a thwimp.
Womp.
I'd rather a
Womp.
thwimp.
My bad.
A
Womp.
thwomp.
I
Yeah, a
thought
womp.
womps are
What the hell
from.
are you talking
I
about?
thought
WHOMP, a womp.
I thought the womps
What?
from that other game, like with
Womp
a
womp.
square face, and they're like,
SpongeBob.
no.
Uh,
Or was it
SquarePants,
womps?
I guess.
I don't know.
I mean, these are Mario enemies.
Yeah, like the square
Ah.
face guys.
The
There's,
turtles?
There's womps, there's thwomps, and thwimps. Thwomps are like the big spiky ones who slam
Clearly
down on
a
you and
genius.
you go. Thwimps
His
are like
name's
smaller
Gibbs.
versions of that, and womps are like the ones that don't have any spikes, and they're like in the 3D ones, and they jump and slam down on top of you.
Come on and slam.
Already done that one.
Yeah, well, you know.
Bringing it back.
I think half the jokes we do, we redo.
It's all a call back.
Almost certain.
Unintentionally.
Can I say womp
Yep.
womp womp? Womp womp womp. Or
Alright,
thump,
so you can
thump,
wear
thump.
4 rings,
Yep.
and they usually have fairly interesting effects, or significant at the very least. So there's one that like makes certain spells deal more damage, but they chunk down your health each time you cast them. That's
Ooh.
pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. And there's another one where you have a ghost hug you from behind.
Oh, bit of spooning.
Isn't that nice? Yeah, very nice.
Surprise cuddle.
Yep, others of us are kind of useless there. So you got stats, you get starting stats based on your class that you choose at the start of the game, and then you get 1 stat up per level up. So you've got Vigor, which is your health. You've got Endurance, which is your stamina. You've got Vitality, which is your equip load. Adaptability, which is kind of useless, also for some people to think. You've got Attunement, which is your cast for spells, like spell casting speed, blah, blah, blah. You've got Faith and Intelligence, which are like spell casting damage stuff. You've got Strength and Dex, which are physical attacks, sort of damaging things for slow weapons, fast weapons, respectively, kind of. So spells, then. So there's Sorcery. That's like wizard magic that uses Int,
Nice.
intelligence. You cast them with staves, staffs, if you want to be weirder. Alright, fucking. I was looking on the Elden Ring wiki the other day because I was doing like a sorcery playthrough, and they renamed the page on staves to staffs because like people were complaining, whatever. And now the entire comment section's people bitching about.
Oh, what? So what's
So
it called?
funny.
What's it called now?
It's like staff, staff
Just
plural makes staffs rather than staves, which is what it actually is.
what was it called
Because
before?
people
They
kept
just,
searching staves, plural of staff is staves, but now they're making it staffs so people can
Just-
find it easy.
just staff. Can't find a staff these days.
It's very funny.
A stave is a strong stick, especially one
Yeah.
that is used as a weapon.
I think plural
Many of the
staff
men
is
had
stave
armed
as well.
themselves
though.
with staves and pieces of iron. Oh, it's an example of a sentence, I see. I just felt it was like, what?
What sort of definition is that?
So it's just a strong.
Okay. Oh, it's an example, I see.
Alright, so you got sorceries, yeah. You got miracles, that's pretty much cleric magic, that's faith. You get buffs and heals, you cast them with little chimes. Ding ding ding, I guess, but they don't really ding, which is a shame. Missed
Sorry.
opportunity. You got pyromancy, which is where you throw fire at people. That's both faith and intelligence.
Nice.
And you got hexes, which are the coolest one, which is like heretical dark magic. Neat. That uses faith and int again, but the lowest of them. It uses either chimes or staves, depending on the spell, which is kind of a pain in the ass. And it's got some cool spells that they cost actual souls to use. So like the more you use them, the less you have for spending on other things, which is pretty sick.
Nice.
And that's also the one where that one ring that like costs health per spell that affects hexes, which is thematic, I guess. That's pretty neat. All right, fine. You got a number of spell slots. That's based on one of your stats, achievement, and any bonuses. You can equip one spell to each slot, or less if you have one spells that cost multiple slots. And then for each spell you have equipped, you get a certain number of casts for that spell. So it's not like something like whatever where you use a mana to cast it, blah, blah, like in Dark Souls 3, effectively. Instead,
Most RPGs.
yeah. Instead, you would, if you wanted more casts for that spell, you'd equip it multiple times if you have multiple copies of it. So what this leads to is instead of just using your optimum spell, your optimum fireball, if you're using pyromancy, you would mix it up a bit because you don't have a full number of casts you'd want for that sort of thing. So you'd throw some fireballs, or you'd put this little shitty landmine spell, which does a lot of damage, but it's kind of been actually how to get people to walk into it. Or use this one called Flame Swift, where you like summon a little fire at somebody, which then explodes after a second. But half the time they've already walked past it by the time it explodes, it doesn't hit. What I'm getting at is it's really interesting to use because it forces you to actually use shit other than just the best spell.
Finicky.
I love it. It's so good. Yeah.
It just sounds so. You just have to get the enemy to walk towards you, then you can use it.
Well,
You
that
say
sounds
that you love it. To me, it sounds tedious.
It's great.
So I'll fight the same monster for 4 hours instead. Thank you very much.
Yes. All right, story then. Bam. So starting with Dark Souls 1, briefly, very briefly.
Dark Souls 1. Go for the whole trilogy now. I don't know how to do that.
All right, just some background. So in the beginning, there was nothing really happened, and there were big dragons everywhere. And then 4 primitive humanoids. They found underground a big old flame called the First Flame, and with it there were 4 powerful souls called Lord Souls. Each of them takes a soul, and they ascend in various ways. One becomes the god Gwyn, Lord of Sunlight, and he founds a bunch of other gods, a pantheon. You've got the Grave Lord Nito, he's a spooky, scary skeleton, and you've got the Witch of Izalith, who has a bunch of daughters, and she really likes fire. And also then there's the Furtive Pygmy, who's so easily forgotten, who splits his little Lord Soul in many times and creates countless pretty mundane sort of low-powered beings called humans.
Oh.
Each of those have a little fragment of the Dark Soul, and those fragments are known as humanity. And that's
Right.
us, yay! Yep, so these 4 fractions, they go, they fight and they kill pretty much all of the everlasting dragons, and thus begins the Age of Fire.
Okay.
So the gods, they create a city, they do whatever. The Witch of Izalith builds a civilization deep underground, and then she accidentally creates a big old chaos flame and sort of nukes herself and everyone, and they all turn into chaos demons. Pretty neat. Nito does fuck all, and humanity spreads across the world. They kind of like found kingdoms. They live, they war, they do what humanity does, blah blah blah, and they also worship gods. Where Dark
Yeah.
Souls 1 was more mythological,
Yeah.
more wild picture, Dark Souls 2 is more, I'm cursed, I don't want that to happen. So countless millennia later, the Age of Fire is once again fading. So either in the first game they chose an undead, linked it, or they didn't, and the fire started fading again, or continued fading. But eventually somebody else linked it, and this sort of thing has happened over and over and over now. So the fire fades, it's linked, it fades, it's linked, it fades, it's linked. It just keeps happening over millennia. And so long has passed So the Pantheon gods, they've all just fucked off somewhere. Who knows? Demons, they're all gone. Nito never did anything really, but he's gone as well.
Good for him.
Pretty much nobody remembers anything that happened at the start of this. And then long ago, a great king built a great kingdom called Drang Lake. So the king Vendrick went across the sea to war with some giants and steal something. Came back and things were great. Pretty neat. But then the fire began to fade and the curse came back. Undead started turning up. He's like, fuck. So he sets up measures. He purges undead. He locks them away. Blah, blah, blah. And he and his brother Aldir search for a solution. They delve into studies of the curse and the soul. They try and figure out what to do. And meanwhile, the giants, who are pissed off that Vendrick came and stole shit from them, they come across and they attack the kingdom. Pretty grim. But now, once again, countless years later, kingdom's fallen and there's pretty much only undead left. Neat.
Jesus.
So you
Me?
are an undead. That's right, you specifically.
Oh no.
The fist
You're an
fighter.
undead. That's right.
Can't
Oh,
push it.
fuck.
Fisty boy. You're an undead from just somewhere else in the world, Mr. Fist.
Mr. Fister.
That's right. Obviously, you're undead, so the curse is on you. It's eroding your memories, you're forgetting who you were, anything else. And you end up drawn to Drang Lake, and you don't really know why. So you reach a lake, which is actually a really badass Firefly activated portal, and that's the intro cutscene, and you hop on in. Yeah. And you awaken in a stone gazebo underground. There's a hut nearby, so you head on over to it. And there's some old ladies there, and they laugh at you.
That's it. That's how it
Yep.
ends.
Yep.
Why they laugh at you or us?
Well, it's a mix of them being cunts and also you're not going to accomplish anything, buddy. You're just going to go hollow like everyone. We're all screwed.
You just gotta be an undead husk of a man.
Yeah. Head on out of there and you end up in a village on a cliffside, which is called Majula, which has got some really nice music. Yeah, it's nice. Alright, so this is the hub of the game. There's a lady there in a green cloak. She's on the cliff edge. She's staring out at the sea. And she is Shanalot, the Emerald Herald. She's got an Irish accent. There.
Hey, lads. Eh?
She tells you to go meet King Vendrick. But before you do that, you've got to kill some 4 dudes. They've got big souls, and that'll strengthen your soul.
Oh.
Yeah. So the thing is, right, you can do that, or you can go kill enough people. The total number of souls you've ever gotten are 1,000,000.
Right.
And then you can just skip that, which you're never going to do normally. But if you kill a boss over and over and over again, you'll get that eventually. Which is
Okay.
quite nice.
Wait, so you could
Yeah.
so you could choose to kill the boss as many times as you want.
Yeah, there's an item you can get which respawns and makes them harder each time. So effectively, the game is New Game Plus, right? So you beat the game, you go through it again, everything's harder. You do that again, they get harder.
I
So,
wouldn't have the patience for that on a normal level.
so
I
in
didn't have the patience to finish it
Majula,
once, let alone a new game plus.
Yeah, so
You
you
didn't
did
finish
do
the first
3
level.
hours. Like,
Yeah, I didn't finish the first level.
just pick up a weapon
So there's
for crying out
there's a
loud.
cat there. There's a cat with a nice voice.
The cat, what?
He's very fluffy.
Very fluffy.
Very nice voice. Yeah, that's right.
What kind of voice is it?
She kind of like teases you, Yeah. She says, you smell nice. That's all.
That's a bit weird.
So
Yeah.
nice. Purring along.
Oh, you smell nice.
It's about ready to fall apart, she says.
Is it like a
Alright,
normal
so-
sized cat or is it like a human sized?
Yep, it's a normal sized cat.
Okay.
Very fluffy.
Yes.
Very fluffy.
Hey,
Yeah.
compliments.
Anybody else?
Yeah, there's also a shopkeeper. He's very, very timid. He sells armor. He's called something the armorer, Molin or something. But if you buy enough stuff from him, he gets wealth, as you do, and he gets arrogance, as you sometimes do. But he also starts going hollow and loses his memory of home because I guess striving to be a successful merchant was given him purpose. Yeah, and now he's lost that, so he's turning hollow, sad.
No.
And that doesn't really go anywhere on that. So you've got 4 different routes you can take from Majula, and you get more later. So there's the Forest of Fallen Giants, which is a coastal fortress that the giants attacked when they kind of made landfall. That's got trees there, which are sprouted from dead giants, as they do. And the easiest boss of the game, and probably the first you're meant to go through, which is the last giant. And he is like fucking pissed when he sees you. He's impaled on a big spire that comes out of his stomach or whatever, and he just rips himself off it, and he launched himself at you, and then he eventually ripped his arm to try and beat you to death with it.
What have you done to him
no.
to make him decapitate himself in such a way?
Well, as far as you know, you just turned up and he's just that angry. What can you say?
Fucking hell.
Also, there's a submerged cathedral lighthouse. Pretty neat.
Is it one of those
There's-
games where you auto die when you enter the water, or is it? Can you?
It is, yeah.
Oh.
You just plummet down as if you're like
This is the thing I
I don't
hate
know,
about these games.
50 tons.
You
It's so funny.
train to be an ultimate killer, assassin, can't swim.
Yeah, if you're a god killer and you can't swim.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's so funny because it's Sekiro, right? Which is the game they made before Elden Ring. You can swim in that really well.
Can you not swim
And
in Elden
then
Ring?
you can't swim in Elden Ring. It's just back to just falling to death.
What's the fucking
It's so
point?
funny. was like, oh, wow, there's an island just across the water. Like, I don't know, 50 meters away. I can swim over there. Dead.
Wasted.
So funny. There's some misty ruins, and you help the Scorpion King there. Kill the Scorpion Queen.
Scorpion King.
Pretty neat. That's right.
Okay.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Did this have the face of Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Let's just say yes.
Okay, nice.
I mean, you wouldn't be
A
able
very,
to
very plasticky.
The CGI probably.
Yeah, very shit CGI face.
The weird smile.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a scorpion.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did it into Cockney. Sorry.
I'm the Scorpion King, bitch. There's a big old windmill. It's got a Jabba the Hutt at the bottom, and it's
Jabba
got
the
a snake
Hutt?
lady at the top. That's right, Jabba the Hutt.
Ah,
Big slug, motherfucker.
Yeah, he can eat you
Thank you.
and
Yeah.
make you naked if you want.
I mean,
Yeah, that's right.
that's the only option,
Oh.
surely. There's no clothes
Yeah.
that would fit him.
Mm.
Just cover
There's
a blanket.
also a big old iron keep that's sinking into lava. It's at the top of a volcano, which is accessible by the windmill, which doesn't have a volcano behind it.
Is it a permanently sinking thing, so you can only go in it for like limited amount of time, or?
It's been sinking for like hundreds of years.
Oh.
It's just because it's heavy as fuck.
There's that thing like your platformers where you stand on a platform and it'll sink into the lava.
No.
Uh.
There's not much
Is there a
platforming
jump
in
button?
these
Is there a
games
jump
because there is, but it's like really shit.
That's probably why.
Can you swim in the
Yeah.
lava?
Platforming.
You can, but you die
Yes.
when you do so.
Oh, just another water.
Yeah.
Yes, really? No.
Don't be so stupid.
Yeah. There's like floating platforms on the lava that are extremely hot, and if you jump on them, you die. Unless you stack a bunch of like fire resistor and some pyromancies, and you dunk yourself in water,
Unless you
and
get
then you jump on it, and you die
Is there
slower.
like, I was gonna say, is there like
There's
any
items and
reason
stuff,
to?
yeah.
There's like secret
Yeah.
loot. Oh, okay.
There's item stuff. There's probably
Okay.
some pyromancies.
So you don't
and stuff.
just jump on it and die slowly for no reason.
Yeah,
the whip.
exactly.
Fucking
There's
hell.
there's
would be
also
funny.
Ratland.
Just
That would be-
spontaneous
Wait,
stuff.
you couldn't jump on this platform and die slower. Why?
Yay!
Because why not?
Little
Because I
Bernard
can't
is
swim,
fine.
so fuck it.
But I can't swim, Governor. It's fine, you don't have to swim in this circumstance. In this way, you'll just burn to death.
Don't worry.
A fiery
You actually
burning
float on lava.
inferno of torturous, slow,
But you
agonizing retribution against your soul.
Dark.
Have fun,
dark soul.
Yeah, your dark soul.
you scholar of the first sin.
Oh
you.
man,
Hey,
this
said
is
the
it's
name.
gonna sound like the good old like what are we, some kind of Suicide Squad type thing. But
Well,
in Dark Souls 3 DLC, there's a guy that says, "A fine dark soul to you."
Oh no. Well, at least it kind of
It's
sounds
so funny.
more subtle.
I mean, your quest is to go find the dark soul, which doesn't really make sense in the context, but hey.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
You
so
know,
it makes sense.
Sometimes it works really. It works really well in
It's
the film.
funny.
Sometimes it doesn't. Like, I love it when they're like, "God, this is a real Shaun of the Dead."
Yeah. So there's Ratland, land of the rats. It's down a pit in the middle of Majula.
Oh,
Pretty neat. Yeah, that's right.
Ooh.
There's also an unlit shanty town which you can light up, and that is below Ratland, which is below Majula. And there's also an eerie luminescent statue land, which is below Shantytown, which is below Ratland, which is below
what is
Majula.
this? Dark Souls are a fucking cake.
So many layers.
See, it's like an onion.
Shut the fuck up.
Alright, long story short, before great souls are
You're
held
not doing a
by.
good job.
It's a long story.
To be fair,
Okay,
the
fine.
thing,
Fair enough. Continue.
I can't even say shit. We spoke 2 hours about, well, just an hour of bloody fucking panto.
Like 20 minutes through of the actual panto.
Oh, mate.
Probably.
Yeah, I can't say shit, so.
So yeah, the 4 souls you're after. There's one that's held by a masked and manacled swordswoman. She's punishing herself for her past sins. You can't really tell that she's a woman. And she's locked away in a dark cell in the depths of the island prison. Pretty neat. She's got like a
Can I just say,
bug that crawls into her eye.
Gotta say, I love how Sam always seems like a positive. And he goes, yeah, locked away, pretty neat. I think it should be neat souls with Sam's.
Genuinely, something that has been told to me is the amount of times that Rosie has cut out pretty neat or pretty sweet.
I love
It's
it.
quite
Not bad,
funny.
It's such a way to undercut the negative. So this woman can.
Oh no, not all of them. It's just I believe that the audience has probably heard about
No,
30-40% less pretty neat.
no, they need
actually
to
said.
hear more. I just love it. It's like,
Oh,
so a woman
right,
gets
yeah.
murdered, gets sent to prison, or like pretty neat. So it's like,
Pretty cool.
to be fair, I didn't say she got murdered, then got sent to jail. So I don't know how that works, but pretty neat.
She's undead, I guess.
Oh, that's true. She got killed.
I love
They
it.
couldn't completely kill her, and so they just bombed her in a cell for 24
She died,
hours.
but she got better.
Burn her anyway.
She jumped on the lava.
Was it the
Oh, yeah.
first flame? Do it with that.
Then
Yeah, that'd be
Dumbledore
great.
came in and asked
Hmm.
calmly.
Alright, so there's
Have you
also...
burned the self-flagellation woman in the first flame yet?
Would you put yourself in a flame? Why did I turn Irish?
I don't know.
You put yourself on the
Sam.
flame, Harry.
Continue.
Hey, you got a potato or something? I need to put them in the flame.
Also, there's a giant two-headed laser spider.
No.
Yep, it's very big, so don't worry.
Oh, pretty
There's
neat, yeah.
there's a humanoid amalgamation of corpses, and that has a meat
lovely.
cleaver. Not bad, eh? And there's the old Iron King, who is better known as the Balrog, because it is literally just the Balrog.
Oh, great.
Yep. And that's it. That's about halfway through the game.
That's halfway
And
through
it
the game.
takes, oh yeah, it takes about as long, right, to do that as it does to beat Dark Souls 3. So
How long does it take to do
let's
Dark
go. I could beat it in a day, just about.
A day?
Back in day, Dark Souls 3. That's on New Game Plus though, so it's a bit faster because you've already got build set up.
Bloody hell. Got a lot going on, though.
Alright, so interlude. We've got the NPCs. So one of my favourites is Lucatiel. It's another swordswoman. She came to Drangleic seeking her brother, who went undead and then vanished. Whatever. She's got a nice mask with a beard on it,
Right.
like a weird Venetian mask or something. She's like
I
a
was thinking a bit like
longsword.
anonymous.
Yeah, it looks like that. Yeah,
Oh,
Don't you mean Guy?
it looked very much like that. Yeah, that's
shush.
unusual. What you say?
You hush. Know your history, bitch.
I don't
Guy.
give a fuck. bitch.
Guy
Yeah,
Fawkes from Harry
History,
Potter.
bitch.
Shut the fuck up, Sam. We're having an argument here.
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah, bitch. Anyway, so where were we filming? Ah, yes. I don't give a fuck, bitch.
I gotta love you, bitch.
And I'm gonna stop loving you, bitch. Sam's just confused about what's going on.
You're talking to me.
Oh, no, man.
Robert De Niro. He's a dark.
De Niro, you really have a dark soul.
You
Talking
don't
about my
nothing.
soul?
I'm the scholar of the first sin.
I am the dark.
Yeah, so Lucatiel, she's got a mask, pretty neat. She's gradually losing her mind and memories and shit.
Foley like
Pretty neat.
we're clearly holding back saying something dumb. I took one look at him and I could see he was looking at me. We were both just holding back so much.
So yeah, you meet her and you say, "Can you take off the mask?" And she says, "It would be extremely painful." And you say, "For you?"
Look at you.
Wait,
Yes,
so-
that's her name.
So is this where the
Yeah, they
dark
look like
soul
I'm too
rises?
Yeah. Nice.
Extremely. There's so many cameos in this game. I need to play this.
There's also Jekyll and Hyde. There's a sorcerer who did some magical experiments
Is this murder?
and got an evil half of him to come out. Now he's locked himself away in a little room. And if you're like hollowed, you're not in human form. You can talk to the evil one and you can assassinate people for him. Hey.
Hey.
Really? Yeah.
Yep.
So there's also a father and daughter pair. The father is like visually hollowing, so he's like looking like a zombie, whatever, but he's sane.
Okay.
And his daughter looks fine, but she can't remember him at all.
Oh.
Pretty neat. And they had, he's like,
I want Sam to be a doctor. Imagine it's like your daughter's got dementia. She doesn't recognise you. Pretty neat.
I'm not even noticing when I say it.
I generally love. I don't know why I love it so much. It's just such. It's like so traumatic, but
I'm
then
afraid it's terminal. Pretty cool.
I would love
about
Sam
it.
to be like that, like a doctor. Like I would feel instantly happy. It's like, oh, you know, it's pretty neat. Oh,
So
You made
yeah,
him
Pete.
self-conscious now.
the thing is, I'm actually,
Yeah,
I love it when because it's so, he says something so like it's so awful what's happening.
Grim.
It's like pretty neat.
Really?
It's like the little monologue I did earlier. It was like, your soul will be tarnished in ravenous flame. Pretty neat.
pretty neat.
Pretty neat.
All right, so Pete, he's smooth talking. He like hangs around traps, right, and like waits to eat you, whatever. But he always warns you that they're there.
Wait,
so like, is that bad?
So does he want you
He's
to?
an honest crook. He's an honest
So
crook.
he wants you to go in the trap, but he tells you where the traps are.
Yeah, he doesn't even like tell you to go in. He's like, hey, there's a trap there. You can go in if you want, but like, I wouldn't recommend it.
That's so what?
But he's like always just hanging out near a trap waiting to leave people, presumably.
Oh, so he's so like bird watching. He's like, yeah, there's traps there. Like, don't go near it,
Yeah,
but it was cool. You know,
Yeah.
You know, like
It'd be fun if you do.
I did warn you.
And there's also the other one is Creighton, and you find him locked in a strange round room, whatever. And he says, "Yep, I was traveling with Pate for a bit, but then he tricked me and locked me in here.
Oh.
I'm gonna kill him, the cheeky prick. You won't away him." And then there's this guy called Strayed of Elathis. He's a sorcerer. He was petrified, turned to stone, so long ago that he doesn't even recognize the name of Drowned Lake, the kingdom. And you can speak to him, you can get cells and shit, you can get boss weapons and stuff. If you don't buy spells from him while speaking to him and you leave, you go, "Feeble cursed one, let's hope the magnificence of my spells is not to tire you." And if you do buy spells from him, he says, "Feeble cursed one, do you really think you can handle the glories that are my spells?" So it's like,
Ups and downs.
A bit
and you can
He's quite the character.
does
you
he
buy
have-
enough stuff from him. He'll give things to him. He says, "Take these, put them on, and please stop being so weak."
It's a little evil laugh.
Yeah, but yeah. So you got your bigger souls. You can go off and see the king. Yay! So the route to the castle, it was previously blocked by a door and also some like chest high rubble that you can't climb over.
Oh.
Oh no,
yeah,
my one
grim.
weakness. A chest high wall.
I'm sorry,
That's right.
are you Donald Trump in this situation? God damn, it's a wall. I didn't build it this time.
I'm gonna build the wall and make the Iron Keep pay for it. In one of the mines in the early game, by the way, there are these like half-naked sorceress ladies from the desert. That's why they're half-naked, and they have a grab attack where they like kiss you.
So half naked
There you go.
women,
Yep.
their attack is kissing you.
Yep, and they suck out your soul. And there's a curt grab attack where they like spank you. Not even joking.
Okay.
It's the only thing like that in the game. It's great.
Where is this
Very
location?
strange.
Just I don't know.
If I ever play
Harvest
this game,
Valley.
whereabouts?
Oh, you won't miss them.
Just need to know the location,
I wanna- yeah.
so I know to avoid it.
Ah, dear.
I won't play it myself. I'll just look up somebody who has played it. You know,
Like it's just to keep away from that filth.
So yeah, you get out to Dranik Castle and you see it. It's a big old, it's black, it's towering, it's raining on it.
Oh,
Always apparently.
dramatic.
And you head on in. There's a ghostly chancellor in there. A chancellor who turned into a ghost. And he says, "Ah yes, King Vendrick, where's he gone? You know, he attacked the giants. It was his queen Nashandra that told him to do it. She came from far away, pretty neat. She brought some peace. Brought peace to the land. That's pretty neat.
Nice.
It was peace so deep it was like the dark." So you head on over
Yep.
and you go speak to the queen. She's way up in the castle. She's like 15 foot tall.
Oh,
Pretty cool. She's sat on a throne. She's imperious.
period.
As a queen might be.
She's
I mean,
Um,
does your character talk?
you can pick dialogue options.
Oh, okay.
But you don't speak yourself.
So, I mean, what would you
Nimble
normally
scent.
say to the Queen?
You don't have any dialogue options with her.
That was the fucking point of me asking.
So she just monologues at you, saying, "Ah yes,
You
Vendrick
talking
never
to
took
me?
the truth for him.
Are you looking at me?
talk to
Are you
me,
talking to me? How very dare you?"
you peasant.
I don't see anybody else here for you to look at. Gawk at, I suppose would be better.
Gore.
Yeah, she says, "Vendrick, he never took the throne, the true throne. Go find him, you know." So you head on further through the castle. There's a really shiny knight at the top in a storm. He's got a very shiny shield as well, even more shiny than his armor. So you kill him. You can also summon him, by the way.
Average
Players,
Dark Souls player.
actual-
But that's a shiny fucking shield. I
Mm.
want that shield.
Want your shiny thing,
yeah, this guy is a boss though, to be fair. But yes,
shiny boss.
yes, that boss can summon other players to attack you.
Oh,
Pretty neat. In mid fight,
mid.
which is pretty much a death sentence if it happens. Yeah,
This game sounds absolute.
they pop out of his shield. It's like a little portal. Or they pop out. They like break their way out of the shield until it smashes and then they like fall out of it.
That's actually pretty cool. I like that.
Are they like
Yeah,
players
it's
that
pretty
are
cool.
like actively playing it, or are they
Yeah.
like?
So it's either just like random NPCs, or if you've got a player that's like invading nearby, which is like one of the co-op things or PvP things, yeah, they'll get sucked into that fight instead of just a random area. Which
Oh.
is pretty cool. And it's funny because there's like obviously like healing spells and shit, and you can use those on the boss if you're summoned by it. So you're like, "Oh, you're having a fight, are you?" "Not anymore. He's back to full." Have fun starting again.
Fair fight, is it?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
That's a very nice
Yeah.
fight you've got here, right there.
You-
Now you have two bosses.
Got Hugo, boss.
Hugo, boss. Hugo. No, I go.
Hugo.
Where Hugo, I go.
Where do you go? I can't join you.
Did you just nod off the end of that?
Yeah, like a stab.
Oh, I thought you were just like just a respectful nod, like I can't go.
I
My
gotta go.
apologies.
Farewell.
I can go, but I won't.
I want
Goodbye.
to go, but like.
Yes.
For reference, they both nodded then.
Thank you, Sam. For some reason, I forgot that people can see that.
That
There's
silence.
been a lot more visual humour in this episode than
Yeah.
I really wish we recorded the kind of pushing. That was just
Uh.
that was a sight to behold.
It's a medley of disaster.
Got dirty headphones. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Continue. So you got.
Continue.
So yep, you're at the top of the castle now. You kill Big Shiny Boy. You both nod at the same time then.
It's not at the same time. Sorry, that was
We're fucking idiots.
that was just so Sorry.
So from there, you go all the way down underground, and you get to the beloved Shrine of Armana, one of the most loved areas in the series.
Okay.
Can you sense any sarcasm there?
What?
Oh, I see. I
Yeah.
didn't. I actually didn't.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It sounded, I was like, oh, wait, is it very pretty? Is it,
It is very
you
pretty.
fucking hate it.
It's very
That's
large, and
weird.
it is beautiful. And it's the floor's covered in water, and half of
I
the
see
floor,
why
if
people
not
hate it
more.
now, straight away. Bunch of instant death. I see.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Ah.
So it's covered in water, and some of the water's like a foot deep, which you can walk on, and some of it is, plunged into the abyss dive. If you're not looking at the floor, it's kind of difficult to tell where that goes, where the edge is, sort of thing. Obviously, when you're walking in water, because it's like knee deep or whatever, it makes you walk slowly. There's enemies that can just sprint through it at you. There's mage women that are women, and also they fire homing projectiles at you, and that's pretty grim because you're in
Has
the
it
water.
got knockback?
Not really, but it does like a chunk of damage, and also most of the time, sort of when you're being attacked by them, you're also being talked by like the really dangerous melee guys that can sprint at you.
I was going to say,
In
if they had
essence-
knockback, that would be fucking awful.
It's not that bad with the proximity to the death pits for the most part.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just you might end up accidentally walking off if you're not careful. If you're using a melee ranged weapon, rather, it's not so bad because you can like annoy them from a distance or kill them in like strategic ways, so it's not so much of a clusterfuck trying to not die.
Yeah.
But if you're just using a melee weapon because you don't have a bow or whatever, it's extremely dangerous. I'm fine with it now. I figured out how to do it without dying, but like it's like a nightmare for your first bunch of tries. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, you got operatic singing around the area,
Yeah.
and that's from these women that just sat down in dresses. They're singing
Bloody
and they're
women.
calming people down. Yep. Women.
Women.
Bloody women in your
Oh, fuck's
operatic
that.
discourse.
Yeah, there's bloody women.
Women.
They're sat there, they're singing, they're calming down the little undead frog dudes that are hanging around in the area, and that's pretty neat. So when you get to the end of the level, though, you find one of them there. She's huddled up, she's dishevelled, and she's silent, but the song is still going.
Oh.
Ooh. You head on through the boss fog, and there's a foreskin frog demon there.
Jesus.
I did, foreskin frog demon, and it's singing the song, having a whale of a
Hello, my
time.
baby. Hello, my.
That's right.
What the fuck kind of creature? What? Okay.
It's
Oh, you
fine.
see.
It's a Japanese monster. They've got lots of penis monsters.
It's not actually a penis, yeah, but it's
Close
like
enough, isn't it?
it's like a frog, right? Well, it's not a frog. It's got a humanish face and it's frog-shaped in body, and then it's got like a really thick skin that can close over its face to protect it. So it's like raw skin.
I love how Sam tried to justify. He's like, no,
Its name is the
It's not
Demon
in
of Song,
those.
and it's often called the Seaman of Dong instead.
I'm sorry. Did you just say what I think you just said? The semen of
I
what?
did.
Semen of dong.
It's the Demon of Song, and you search the D and the S around, it becomes the Seaman of Dong.
Moving on.
No.
Beat it.
Hopping on.
Yeah, my notes say pretty sick after that. So yeah, then you head into an elevator and you go even further down and you reach the undead crypt. And in here, there's a final chamber, and before the final chamber, I guess in the penultimate chamber, there is Velstad, and he is one of Vendrick's knights, right? And he fights with a big old bellhammer.
Who's Vendrick again?
Vendrick is the king, King Vendrick
Oh, so
of
he's
Drang
the
Lake.
one that went.
What's he the king of?
Drang Lake.
Semen of
I'd
dog.
vote for him.
He is the semen of dog.
Yeah, he is the seaman of Kong. Yeah.
It's all making sense now. Yes.
Alright, anyway, you kill him. And you got Vendrick there. Yay, you've met him finally. And he's gone hot though. So you've got this big old colossal decaying husk. He's just shambling around the room. He's so far gone, he doesn't even like notice you. Even if you attack him, you don't seem to do any damage, and he just continues shambling. Pretty neat. And then at the far end of the room is his clothes score. So you rifle through those and you pull out his ring. Nice. And as you take his ring, his signet ring, I guess, something. He doesn't really have a signet on there, so I guess it's just his like ring
It's
of
just a ring.
state.
It's just
Just
one
a
of his
ring.
rings. You just take
It's
a
called-
ring.
it's called the King's
That'll
ring.
do. This'll do. That's
Yeah.
my ring now.
The thing is, like, as you take the ring, he's hollow, right, shambling around.
Yeah.
He does nothing. Yeah, you leave, and then Shellnot's there, the Emerald Herald, the one that lets you level up. She says, "Great job, keep going." Yeah. So now you got the ring.
That's
Yep.
not fucking suspicious at all.
Good job.
Yeah, good job, guys. Well done. She's popped up every now and then.
Oh, right. I was
Oh,
just saying, that's the
she's
first
dead,
time you've
I think.
mentioned him, so that made it seem even more suspicious. It was like,
Good.
oh yeah, the guy that lets you level up is there, and he goes like, well done.
She's obviously hanging out in the hub the entire time, and you can talk to her, and she'll give you like guidance on where to go next, that sort of thing. And she also appears when you're on the way to the castle for the first time. She'll hang out there and say, "This castle's isolated, but keep going, you got this, bud." And then she turns up there as well.
Ooh.
Brilliant. So the ring is like a fob, you know. There are these doors that have been blocking off areas, but now you can open them if you're wearing it.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yep. And one of them leads to Aldia's Manor. So Aldia was the king's brother, King Vendrick, and he was carrying out a bunch of experiments on both giants and on people, and he was making abominations. So you clear out his mana. Pretty neat. There's a dragon shrine after that. Fuck, so you got me noticing me saying that now. There's a dragon shrine, and there's a bunch of big old knights there.
Oh, no, sorry,
also...
back up. There's a dragon shrine. Finish the sentence properly.
Sick, eh?
Thank you. Next.
And there's a bunch of big knights there. Wow. And also some small dragon cultists. Whoo!
I'm sorry, it's just a kid playing this toy.
And you get my knights and my small knights.
I'm a big knight.
Yeah. I'm the biggest knight, and I'm invincible, and I do an infinity and 1 damage.
I block all damage that isn't infinity plus 57.
But I have a special move that does infinity plus 57 and a half. Average
You
kids
don't.
game.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, right. So the big knights and small knights. The big knights are like scattered one at a time, and they've got small knights around them. And if you duel the big knights 1-on-1, and the small knights just like bow and they're like, yeah, good fight. But if you like run past them or you bring help, like another person, then they all just attack you, and it's a clusterfuck. It's pretty sick, especially because one of the rooms has there's a big staircase and that's got like 50 of them, and they are extremely dangerous. So that turns into a clusterfuck. Yeah. So at the end of the shrine, there's a big old dragon, an ancient one, which isn't real. Well, no, it's not a real dragon. It exists, and it gives you an ashen mist heart, whatever the fuck that is. What it does is lets you delve into memories of the withered, whatever the fuck that means. So what that means is that you can hop back into memories. It's effectively time travel, except it doesn't actually change the past, except for when it does.
Okay.
So well thought out, clearly.
Bollocks, that's what it is.
Yes. So those trees, the trees that sprouted from the dead giants, those you hop into their memories, and it takes you back in time to when they invaded the place. So you've got this big old battle going out with actual humans rather than just like lame undead versus the giants. It's pretty sick. The place is falling apart. You got these cool like set pieces where earlier on there's like a big old walkway you go past, which got like a big fallen head of a statue thing, making like a boss arena. In the past, that's not there. But as you go through the level, as you go through it, the head like gets blasted off by an incoming like rocket attack or whatever, catapult attack is, and that rolls down past you and like got some ICBM thrown at you.
We may be giant, but we have invented a ballistic missile.
That's what Vendrick stole from them, I guess.
Not
Yeah.
a tactical nuke.
You go through that, and hello there. There's a big old giant. He's got a big sword. He must be the giant lord. All right, we'll take him down. Yeah, take him down, and
Does he get impaled by a tree?
he doesn't, because that's like way underground. But you look at his soul, and it says, "Oh look, this guy, the first one, rather, the last giant soul. He's the giant lord. That's why he's so angry at you, because you did it."
Oh.
Yeah. Except it's supposed to be a memory, so I mean, it's clearly time travel, but like
talk about holding a
bullshit.
grudge for that long. Like,
Yeah.
fuck it.
The thing is, like, he's impaled, right? He's got like a bunch of swords and shit sticking out of him, so he's clearly been like tormented. But it's only when you come along that he's like pissed off enough to just tear himself free and just go at you. It's sick. Yeah.
I was going to say, do you know what it means? It means that he's got a really dark soul.
Fine dark soul to you.
And you have a dark soul too.
Yeah.
Is that like a putting sunglasses on and staring?
Yeah,
off into the
it was
distance
that, but like I committed late, so it just sounded fucking weird.
It sounded like
Yeah,
it sounded like a freeze frame moment. Like, yeah.
Alright, so here's the thing, right? Emerald
Yeah.
Herald, the one that lets you level up, you speak to her, and she's got these like 4 lines she says each time you speak, but you can skip past those after like a certain bit, so you do that each time. So she says instead, bear, seek lest. There you go.
Bear.
It's like bear of the curse, seek strength, seek souls, lest
Soul,
you're
your
something
feet.
something. But it ends up being bear, seek lest every time, and it's something of a meme
So we got-
I
in
see.
certain communities.
Okay.
It's one of those things where like you play the game and then you go look it up or whatever at some point. You're like, oh shit, yeah, that's right, I do know that. That thing, yeah.
I've heard this before.
Alright, so where do you reckon we go next? If your answer is the basement, you're correct.
Such-
I wasn't considering
such
something like
an
that, I'll be honest.
No?
I'm so saying that if I have my visit, like, guess wrong.
So where do you think we go next? The basement?
That does not exist.
Where do you think we go next? The kitchen?
Women.
Where do you think we go next? Did you say the outdoors? That's correct. That's correct.
You're just standing in the door. Where do you think we go next? The hallway? Oh, well, good guess.
Who should we find next? Women.
Yeah, to be fair though.
I was going to say, is that you going out clubbing? Who should we find next? Women? Ooh, tally ho.
Tell you what, actually.
Sally!
club would we go?
in the basement.
Me and the boys crusading off to beat women.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Daddy,
I was talking about finding them, not fighting them. My God.
Oh, I see. I thought you said fighting.
Trolling them on the dance floor. It's a dance song.
I challenge you to a duel.
Me and the boys grossly misunderstood the situation and ends up in prison.
I was going to say, it's just the fucking, because it's Dark Souls, it's take on me, and you just do the stabs of the arms.
Take off me.
Ah, man.
So, basement.
Yeah, you go to the basement of Drownlight Castle, right? Shanalot's there. She's like, aha, my name's Shanalot, because you know that, I don't know. Also, Vendrick and Aldia, King and his brother, they tried to make dragon, but they made me instead. What can you do, eh?
Oh, God.
Also, Nashandra, the queen, she wants the first flame, which is like the first time it's been mentioned. And she's going to try and take it from you specifically. Yep, so you head on down to the throne room, the true throne room, which is underground. It's like a 2-minute walk to get there, which is wonderful, because you have to do that every time you go.
I love how that's the thing. It's a 2-minute walk, does the job.
Is it a final boss 2-minute walk fight?
It will be, but first you got a penultimate-ish boss, which is the Throne Watcher and the Throne Defender, who are cunts. So that's a duo boss. You got Heavy Swordsman with a big shield, and you got Light Swordsman with a small shield. During the fight, they both chuck the shields away and like buff their weapons and shit and do more damage during the fight. And if you take one down, they fall to the floor. The other one will eventually come over and revive them back to full health.
Oh,
So you got to kill them
that's
within
the
a certain
worst.
period of each other. Yeah, I mean they're kind of a pain normally, but like on challenge runs, like playing without leveling up stuff, they are just like incredibly difficult.
Rhys should
They
try
are
and
just the worst.
try and find those fists.
Yeah, that's where I stopped my fists only playthrough because I got fed up with trying to kill them. And to be fair, at that point it turned from fists only to being more like I'm wearing armor that poisons people if I'm near them, so I'm not technically attacking them, but they're getting poisoned. So
Yeah,
it's still
thing is-
fists only, right?
It's not.
Because the fists are doing so little damage.
I see.
Yeah, that's fists only without the ring that makes fists actually good. Yeah, anyway, you kill them. Neat. And then Chandra will turn up and she'll come through the boss walk instead of you going through it. It's pretty neat. So it's like you're the boss now.
Oh,
Look at me. She shed her human form and she looks like a weird amalgamation of bone and skeletons in the shape of a woman, approximately. It's like she's got a skeletal dress.
He just walks out like, I'm gonna bone a pig with you.
Yes, I've got a bone to pick with you. Also, be one with the dark. So she can summon these floating orbs, and if you're near them, they curse you, which makes you go from human to hollow, progressively more and more as they build up. And she's also got a laser beam, pretty neat, and she's also got a scythe, which you can swish. She's kind of easy as to fight, not always. And you can kill her. You tend to kill her if you're playing the game. You can claim the throne. Yay. GG. There's no choice, unlike in the first game, to leave or not to. The doors close, and the game's over. Bam.
Dark Souls 2.
But wait.
Pretty
though.
neat.
But wait, I'm going to explain what's going on. So, Manus, that guy we killed in the Dark Souls 1 DLC, the one who it dug up, exploded into the abyss, whatever, he was killed. But when he was killed, he exploded into fragments, which then became people for some reason. Each of those fragments represented a part of himself, so his want, his fear, his wrath, his loneliness, that sort of thing. And Chandra was one of them. She was like greed. She came from afar, sought out Vendrick the king because he's powerful. And then at some point, Vendrick realizes what she's all about. She realizes that she's kind of evil, but he loves his dear Chandra, so he can't really bring himself to do anything about it.
You're
He wants
evil
to
as
confront her
fuck.
directly.
But damn, that booty
Damn.
online. I'm gonna
Oh yeah. Where else is he going to find a 15-foot tall woman?
True.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, for
Resident
Jones,
Evil Village, was it?
Yeah, but he's also
I'm
like
playing
15
that
foot
at the
tall. So.
moment. Avoid feet.
Oh, you're more into feet.
Well, I mean, you're pretty close to
You can do what you want, I suppose.
it. I found it disappointing that that her and the daughter's bit was only like the first quarter of the game.
No, I've not played it.
I
Because it
said,
wasn't like,
just to clarify, I said I defeated her. No.
yeah.
You
I genuinely did what you said. I honestly would have been surprised if you said
Sorry,
that.
just let my freaky.
He's like, yes, but that's not what I said.
I like the feet, not the booty.
I like those feet that cannot lie. These other brothers cannot deny.
When they keep.
And a girl walks in with those itty bitty shoes.
And shove them in your face, you get a nosebleed. Depending on how closely she shoves them. Yes. Yeah.
She's talking about how he hates it when they blow over in the wind and loves them when they got like hobbit
Yeah.
feet.
I like when they got the hairy feet.
Every feet, they keep them
Those
warm.
hobbit-
I like to stroke the hobbit feet like I'm going through their hair.
brushing
I
them.
like to shampoo it to make it nice and silky.
How poetic.
Comb it and everything.
So,
I just like this image.
just shampoo the feet, nothing else.
Nice. Yeah.
Sorry, what's actually happening? Sorry.
Yeah, so Vandrick realizes Nashandra's evil and also creature of the dark, blah blah blah. You can hop into his memories using the Ashen Mist heart on his
When you say
pile of
heart,
clothes.
does that include feet?
Moving
Are
on.
your heart in your feet? That's not right. Other way around. Anyway, yep, you can hear what he has to say for himself. Pretty neat.
Feet, heart.
Sorry.
Heart feet. There you go.
Okay.
Niche reference.
Too niche for me.
The Heartbeat TV show.
Okay.
Bad farmers.
So he was unwilling to claim the throne, link the fire, because he knows it's all bullshit, right? It's not going to do anything, and he's going to die. And he also didn't want to let Nashandra have it because she's going to do something dangerous probably with it. But he doesn't want to like confront her because he loves her. So he instead says no one's going to have it, especially not her. So he sets his gates around the place, which are only accessible with his ring. Puts those in key locations. He tasks his loyal throne watcher and defender to guard the throne itself while he's not there. He then disappears into the undead crypt, guarded by his most faithful knight, to isolate himself and eventually just let himself go hollow. And the undead crypt is chosen because it's A, really far down, and B, you have to get through it through the Shrine of Armana, which has those singing ladies who specifically sing to weaken undead things and also creatures of the dark. Nashandra is like just pure dark, so she's going to be really weak to that. So she's just kind of been stuck here now, like a little bit of a checkmate. She can't access the things she needs. So she's just waiting for somebody else to come along, get all the things she needs, GG, the end.
If they weaken undead things and you count as undead, do they weaken you if you are a husk or at all?
Nah, not really. It's more like calm down, but yeah.
That's a plot.
But yeah. Well, yeah, I don't think you're just not undead enough for it to do anything, really.
Very hollow enough.
I like this story.
I like your story. Yeah. But yeah, so she's waiting for you to get all the stuff, open the path to the throne, and then she's going to jump you and take her herself. She probably should have considered that if you'd be able to do all that, you're going to kick her ass, which you do. But I guess you didn't have too much choice if you wanted it. Hope for the best, I guess. Yeah. So in the DLCs, right, Vendrick says, go get some crowns. There's 3 crowns. If you get those, it'll be sick. So there's one in Underground Kingdom. It's Mayan style, and there's a big old dragon.
I just love the context of it's not like, oh, you should get these crowns because I need them for this. It's just, you should get these crowns because it's just fucking cool.
It's cool, bud.
The new trend.
Sick.
Oh, man, these crowns are fucking awesome. Get them for me, mate.
Get them, bud. Yeah, sure
Get
thing,
'em,
boss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good boss.
Sure thing, dead boss.
Dead boss.
So one of them, Underground Kingdom, is Mayan style. There's a big poisonous dragon in there. Some Drang Lake knights came along, stabbed him with a big spear. His poison just went vroom, killed the entire place, including the knights.
Oh.
Head on in there. There's now a bunch of undead, sure. There's the dragon, still alive, with a big spear in him. And there's Alana, the Squalid Queen, who is another shard of Manus, like Nashandra.
Right.
You kill her, pretty neat. You get the crown after killing her and the dragon. The next crown is in the old Iron King, aka the Balrog, his kingdom. It's not on him anymore because he turned into the Balrog, but it's kind of left around. So the next shard of Manus that came along is called Nadalia, I believe. And she came there seeking the king, but he's already dead. She's like, oh, and breaks herself into pieces, turns into ash, and it's just
So
sad around the place.
She just died from disappointment.
More or less, yeah. So there's a guy, right? You got Velstad, he's one of the King's Knights, he's the guy that's guarding him in the Under Crypt. He had a buddy called Rhyme, who was like his fellow knight. At one point they
no
dueled.
reason.
I don't get that.
Rhyme and reason.
Oh, I see. Yes, very
It
cool.
was a pun.
I was thinking of Rhyme the H. Mariner.
What's the
For some
row?
reason. And I was like, that's not part of it. But yeah. But about they had a duel, Rhyme left. He ended up in this place. He was like, you know what? This disembodied ash ghost lady that's really, really sad. Pretty neat. I'm going to serve her. So he's just hanging out there with her now. He's the best boss in the series, or one of them at least. He's sick. He's got this massive ass sword and also a smaller sword. And he can set the big one on fire.
Oh,
It's pretty cool.
oh, is that
If
where-
you wear...
Like,
Yeah.
that's the iconic thing.
Could be. Yeah, when you get him down to like, I don't know, half health or whatever, he gets like pissed off. It's a small one away, he uses the big one, just like goes ham. If you wear Velstad, the guy he dueled with, hit like any of his armor, he'll just go pissed off straight away and go into phase 2,
Oh.
which is pretty cool. Yeah.
Oh.
It's clearly
Is that
still...
a speed running tactic, or do you not want to do that?
I find it easier actually, just because you got one set of moves to learn. But he's also more dangerous in phase 2, so yeah.
Right.
Ups and downs.
He's a lot more prone to one-shotting you.
Oh.
You kill him, nice. You get another crown after him. And the final one is in Alium Lois, which is frozen. It's icy. As you approach it, there's a force buffets you like a shockwave, and the voice says, go away. The old chaos is hungry, man. So it turns out that the Ivory King, who founded this place, he either founded the kingdom and then found out about the flame being under it, or he found out about it and then founded the kingdom and put his palace on to contain it. blah blah blah, try to
He just
contain it.
founded the kingdom and was like, oh shit, that's why I was drawn here.
Eventually he gets pulled into the flame and he's gone. And his queen, Alsana, freezes the kingdom. So she is another fragment of Manus, the last one. But unlike her sisters, she is the embodiment of his fear. And eventually she kind of overcomes her fear. And she's pretty neat. So now the Ivory King is so great that even though he's gone down into hell effectively and the entire place is empty, she's just like hanging out alone, keeping watch over it for him, making sure the old chaos doesn't escape. So you go around, you collect up some remaining knights of the kingdom, and you hop on down into this big old group fight in like a lava surrounded arena with it's got these giant hell portals that other corrupted knights are coming out of, and you have this big fight against them. Your knights, one by one, sacrifice themselves to close off the portals, or you can choose not to bring any knights, and it's just a pain in the ass because you get them spawning constantly while the actual boss is going on. Eventually,
At that point, that's kind of on you.
oh yeah, I think
I
it's
can't be bothered to do this.
I think it's one of the
Suffer.
fights that like nobody's done on like the highest New Game Plus, which is 7, and without any knights coming with you type thing. I think it might be some extra caveat where it's like Soul Level 1 or something, but like in the entire series, nobody's done that, and they've done a lot of crazy shit. Anyway, so you get a big old Oblivion portal, right? Rises up, Oblivion from the game Oblivion.
Ooh, so they get a good game.
And he walks out, the Ivory King. He's corrupted and stuff. It's like a badass entrance. He's like Sauron walking out. He's got a 30-foot long lightsaber. Pretty sick.
Like Sauron. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if Sauron had a 30-foot long lightsaber instead of his mace, he would have won.
Yeah, that's you going, I'm just saying, but if he had a different lightsaber, then he would have won his duel against
If Sauron had a Dragonov, he'd have won.
If Sauron had made sure all of his orcs were equipped with an MP40, then they would have defeated the humans incredibly effectively.
In summary, the DLCs are really sick. So yeah, once you head back to Vendrick, you've got all the crowns. You've got his crown as well, which you find in a different cave. And bam, you get the crowns, and now they're blessed. If you put one on, you get immunity to hollowing. Yay! You're still cursed, but you're not getting any of the bad stuff from it.
Okay,
Ooh.
nice.
Does that make the fight against the person who's like those dark holes a lot easier? Or does it really change that much?
I'm not sure it does. I think you still get cursed by, which is a pain. But
What's
you don't
point?
hollow when you die, which is nice.
Get a crown.
Yeah. If you have gone back to Vendrick after that, from the giants in the memories, and also from 2 other giants that are hanging out in a cave somewhere, last giant, my ass, you can kill them and get another soul. And each of those giant souls you get, also the fake dragon has one for some reason. I guess it was an experiment on giant souls, who knows. But anyway, you get those. And Vendrick, for each one of those you have, he takes twice more damage. So if you have 4 of them, you deal 16 times the damage. With that, you can actually harm Vendrick. He was so badass in life that even now that he's a husk and shit, he's just incredibly durable, and he can pretty much one-shot you most of the time. If you hit him enough, he'll teleport go down, and he'll eventually notice you're actually attacking him, and he'll just be like, "Nah," and zombie swing at you type thing. You can take another 10 minutes or so to kill. Once you've killed him, the reason, by the way, that those souls do that shit is because the giants really, really hate him, and even in death, they hate him so much it's empowering you. Pretty neat.
Always a positive. Yeah.
What can you do? Kill Vendrick then, and then after that, you go and kill Nashandra. So you do this before that final boss. Hang on a sec.
Oh, yeah.
The fuck? Alright, I've chunked off like a massive chunk of minutes. Alright, so throughout the game, right, there's another NPC I haven't mentioned. It is Aldir, the king's brother. So technically I have mentioned him. But now he's a big tree man. So when you kill those first 4 great souls, and you light their little bonfires, and the last one, boom, it explodes. You launch back, and it's like a heart attack moment the first time it happens. It's great. And he like rises up out of the ground. He's like, "Hey, what you doing, bud? Ah, you've gone pretty far. Nice job. Well, if you get any further, maybe I'll talk again. Bye-bye." And he'll fuck off.
So casual, yeah.
He pops up when you get to the undead crypt, and he'll say, "Long ago, the Lord of Light, i.e. Gwyn, he was a dick. He banished dark. He cursed us. He's origin of us. That's the first sin. And I am the scholar of that first sin. That's why the game is called that now, because I was added when that version came out in that new day version."
Right.
Yeah. He likes waxing on poetically. He reveals a bunch of crap. Effectively, we're all linked to the first flame now, which we shouldn't be because we're dark, so we should be going for the Age of Dark. But now we're being sort of forced to feed the first flame gradually. And the reason the undead curse comes up is because when the flame fades, it needs more and more souls. It starts drawing from us. It starts ripping off the facade effectively and turning us hollow. So it's all Gwyn's fault. What a dick. You're gonna let the flame? It's not gonna do much bad. It's just an illusion. You're gonna let the flame die? It's not gonna do much bad. We're still fucked. What you gonna do? Is what he says pretty much. Yeah. So when you kill Nashandra this final time, well, this first time, I guess, but yeah, his voice chimes in. He's like, he does some philosophical crap, and then he says, "Give us your answer," which he says occasionally for that game. And then he turns up. His little boss fight. You kill him. He vanishes, but you don't get any souls from him. And then his voice returns. He's like, "Good job, bud. Now you can go claim the throne if you want, or
Be a little bitch.
what do you want truly? Light, dark, or something else entirely?"
Yeah, that one I've had fucking drilled in my head. You said that for fucking years.
Oh yeah. You now have the choice to reject the throne throne, but instead of just letting the flame die, blah blah blah, you can fuck off. And then the really nice piano music clicks in for the credits.
Oh,
Yay!
played by Golden Heart.
Ding ding.
There we got the
And then
rebound.
Aldia rushes out to brawl on the Primal Serpents.
So the way he just said like, oh, his voice goes back to normal. I was like, is that the quest the entire time? So you just get one voice back?
Oh no, it doesn't come back to normal.
Oh.
It's still fucked up. It's just it's back. He's not dead.
So, describe in 4 words how the game makes you feel.
But I haven't listed the flaws yet. Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, good. We can continue then. Go back.
All right. So it had a really rushed development. It's the thing. So it was originally had one lead developer, and he kind of fucked it up. So midway through, a different one had to step in called Tanimura, and he tried to salvage it. The game was also meant to be released on like the PS4 generation, but the publisher was like, yeah, fuck that. You go in PS3 era, so that cut like a chunk off the development time, like a year or so. And also made them have to scale back the like lighting and shit, like a lot, so it could actually run on that sort of hardware. So it made it look a lot worse than it would have done. It's got pretty simplistic bosses, like in Dark Souls 1. It's only like Dark Souls 3 Bloodborne where they actually start getting like, complex and anime flying around bullshit. It's got slow gameplay, which I like because it's more methodical. It's got the adaptability stat, which I glossed over earlier because that's what most people who play the game do. It says some crap about it, blah blah blah, doing random crap, but also it increases agility. If you hit select, you can see the little descriptions for each stat, everything, including the list of like 40 stats on the right, the like mini stats, including like elemental resistances. If you go to agility in there, it says boosts ease of evasion. What does that mean? What it means is it gives you iframes on your rolls. So your base rolls at the start of the game are much worse than in Dark Souls 1. And there's no real way to know that unless you heard about it outside of the game. So you get people coming from Dark Souls 1 into Dark Souls 2 going, what the fuck have they done to the rolls? You can't iframe anything. You literally don't have enough iframes to go through at certain attacks.
So you need to increase adaptability in order to actually survive.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I've done it on Soul Level 1 playthroughs with very low adaptability, and it's survivable. It's fine for the most part. It's just like way tighter than it's comfortable, and there are attacks you can't roll through.
Poorly labeled, basically.
Yeah, the main issue is that it doesn't really tell you about it. So you don't need to level up all that much, and you get levels a lot faster than the previous game and later games. So you can level up easily enough and get better iframes than Dark Souls 1. And if you're a new player like I was to Dark Souls 2 originally, I hadn't played any others, I want health, I want strength because I'm using a strong weapon, and I want some endurance and stamina. Why would I update fucking adaptability? What does it even do? So I was a base iframes for the entire game. Because I wasn't an online goer much then. So yeah, that gives RS lots of negative feelings. So like you got mimics, right? You go open a chest, it explodes out, grabs you, eats you because it's a big mouth with teeth in it, which are actually fingers. So that if you know the hitbox is there, the mimics there rather, you can hit it, whatever, stand a couple of feet behind it, and you'll get grabbed, even though it's exploding forwards.
Oh.
It's just got a spherical hitbox around it. I guess the idea is that it reaches all the way around and grabs you, but it doesn't actually do that in the visuals. So that's fucked up. But I mean, obviously, when that happens the first time, you get the idea not to do that. A lot of the sort of levels are like unfurnished. There's not much clutter around, presumably because they were rushed as fuck. So it seems a lot more gamey rather than more lived-in areas of Dark Souls 1. It's got the best PvP. Not that I did much of it, but that's what everybody says. There's a thing though called soul memory, which is it tracks all the souls you get as you go play through the game, the total number of souls you've ever gotten, and it uses that to match you with other players to prevent people from getting like really strongly geared up characters going down and fighting people at low levels and slaughtering them type thing. So yeah, the problem with that is it actually fixes the thing they made it for to some extent, but it fucks up co-op because if you stay in the same area doing co-op, you'll get souls as you're doing co-op, blah blah blah, and you eventually end up at high enough soul level that you can't actually co-op people in the same area type thing. Or if you're bad at the game and you're dying over and over and over, you're killing enemies to get to the boss each time, your soul memory is going to go up each time, and eventually you're going to be out of the co-op level for that area and all subsequent areas as a result. So you're not going to be able to co-op to help out even though you're bad, so you actually need it type thing. Co-op is kind of a bitch to happen. So the way co-op in this works is you put your sign down, somebody within your soul memory bracket and in the same area, and you're lucky enough to actually be matched with, can see your sign if they're human and summon you to their world. This can be a pain in the ass to actually happen because it seems to update like infrequently. And if the person you're playing with, it was a bitch.
When we tried to do something, it didn't work half the time.
Yeah, I've played it all through with my sister as well, and it's kind of a pain in the ass half the time. Yeah, and also if you're doing co-op with somebody dedicated, you have to kill each boss twice, once in your world, once in theirs, so you can go to the new area to be summoned to their world type thing.
Fuck
yeah, it's not ideal for that sort of situation.
That's fast.
Yeah. Oh, I've also got on my notes, by the way, for the co-op thing. It's pretty rough, especially if you go with someone that's never played before and decides to do fist only. So
you're welcome.
There you go.
Oh yes, yep. So some of the NPCs, they got pretty decent quest lines, but a lot of them just kind of, you meet them, you do some crap, and then they head to Majula, and they just hang out there and do nothing else from then on. They're just there selling stuff, which, yeah. At least, though, it doesn't do the Dark Souls 3 Elden Ring thing, where literally everyone just fucking dies, and that's the end of their quest line.
Oh,
in various ways.
that
Joy.
sounds like an incredibly well-written story for a character.
Not in one go. Oh, at least actually in Elden Ring it kind of happens, but yeah. In various ways, they just like fuck off and die. My work here is done. I guess I'll die. You can find me curled up in a ditch somewhere. Have fun, type thing.
I have to go now. That hole over there is mine.
My grave needs
Two
me.
references in one, I think, there.
So this isn't a flaw of Dark Souls 2, but I want to bitch about Dark Souls 3.
Okay.
Alright, so I've emphasized quite a lot in this one. A lot of the stuff from Dark Souls 1's forgotten, right? The gods are forgotten, the lands are forgotten, it's been countless eons, civilizations have risen and fallen over and over and over and over. Then Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 1 stuff is name dropped constantly. It's set after Dark Souls 2, by the way, by quite a long time. The gods, they're hanging out as if they never left. The human kingdoms of the fucking time are still around, even though it's been countless millennia and they've just been gone briefly. Who knows? Fucking blacksmith from Dark Souls 1. He's just hanging out in the hub area. He's just apparently not gone hollow for countless millennia, which is bullshit. Anolondo, City of the Gods, that's just in the game. There's Dark Souls 2 lore, which is barely mentioned, and when half the time it is mentioned, it's like weirdly twisted. I'd prefer if they did the Dark Souls 2 thing where like Dark Souls 2 was like barely remembered.
Are you annoyed
But
that they actually talked about it more than...
No, I'm annoyed that they suck off Dark Souls 1 the entire time and then like barely touch 2.
I think
Either
it's
do
because
both or none.
2 is less fondly remembered than 1, I think.
Yeah, to some extent, yeah. One of the worst things is the final DLC for Dark Souls 3.
Yep.
They probably saw like a bunch of, not backlash, but like people like going, oh man, wasn't Dark Souls 2 actually great type thing. They bring back a Dark Souls 2 area for the DLC, and it's Earthen Peak of all places. That random fucking windmill that nobody cares about that has a snake lady in it and also Jabba the Hutt. Like, who the fuck cares about Earthen Peak? Why? It's just like a generic like clay windmill or some crap. They could have done like Drang Lake Castle, which is like looks sick, made of black marble, or the Undead Crypt, which looks sick and is dark. There's also Frozen Liam Lois, which was like the best looking place in the game. Blah blah blah, Chaos Demon and shit. You literally, after the section where they put this Dark Souls 2 level into the DLC, you drop down from there and fight a Chaos Demon. A Liam Lois is built to contain the old Chaos. It would have fit so well, and yet they put like this shitty level nobody cares about or even remembers really, unless you played it recently. It's so bullshit. Alright, I've beaten this game without leveling. I didn't die. I didn't use the bonfire. Not at the same time. Or they did do it without dying or using a bonfire. That was at the same time. Then a fist only, bow only, shield only, sorcerer only, power only, dagger only. I'm fed up. My 4 worlds has only got 3 words written down, so I'm going to have to come up with another one. Would you like my 4 words?
Just before you do, I don't remember if it was this one, but I seem to remember you telling me at one point that the last achievement you had to get for a game was die for one game, and I can't remember which one it was.
Well, typically that's the first achievement you get. But
Yeah, I know,
if you're really good, you could get it as your last one, I guess. So yeah, for each one, I think each game, this is Dark Souls. It's the achievement you get for dying.
So your 4 words?
Best Souls 2, because I don't know a 4th word.
Best Souls 2, 2.
Yeah.
So let's look at some of the silly reviews I found then, shall we? Now we're starting with the Dark Souls 2 reviews.
Yay.
Our first review is from
boy.
Zero Lenny. It's a negative review, it's not recommended. And this review is 520 hours.
Yeah.
And it says, absolute ass, bro.
Nice.
We've got Lord Kovo McSuss, 69.9 hours.
Sure.
Not recommended. It says, so fun, I want to shove a cactus down my urethra.
Okay.
I don't think there's any cactus enemies in it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've got another one here, which is this one is a recommended one.
Yay.
318 hours on record, and it says Elden Ring waiting lobby.
Not sure.
It means you play this while waiting for Elden Ring to load.
Could be.
Oh, okay. No, okay. Makes sense.
Got one review here, it's recommended. It's got 110 hours on record, and it says, I will eat 1 pickle for every like on this review. So obviously I have liked it as well.
Nice.
Stick to your word.
Yes, eat them pickles, boy.
Stick to your
That
pickle.
was by a user called Wacky.
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 Phoenix.
Next one, we got Circumsister. It's recommended.
Wow.
938.9 hours on record.
Nice.
And it just reads, I hate this game.
Yeah.
Got recommended 41.5 hours by Subota Veka, which just says they need to add Bed of Chaos.
Bed of Chaos is the worst, well, one of the worst games in Dark Souls 1, and it is just like the jankiest fucking bullshit ever. It's like it's a boss where you drop down, or you slide down to place, and you've got a floor that crumbles more and more as the fight goes on. You've got a thing on the left side you have to destroy to get to the thing. You've got a thing on the right side you also have to destroy. Each time you do that, more shit gets added, like they have weird big arms that swing along. Unlike most attacks, you can't just like roll through, iframe through them. You'll iframe to avoid the damage, but you'll still just swipe you along and drop you into a pit. Eventually, it's just like, this is one of the areas in the late game, and they really ran out of time in Dark Souls 1, so like the late game is just like copy-pasted enemies, half-finished bullshit, and this is clearly something I suffered from that. Effectively, it's garbage.
Oof.
It's pretty much universally hated.
Got one next review by Sean. Recommended 58.4. I grew up, graduated college, got a job, got married, have grandkids, and the Estes Flask animation is still not done yet. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that's the whole slower combat versus Dark Souls 1 thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a bit too slow, perhaps.
Next one by Acrylicid XD. Recommended. My wife left me.
Nice.
Okay, it's worth it.
Yeah, I've got another recommended here by Xander. Some of the best Souls content in the series, some of the worst Souls content in the series. Take the good with the bad and laugh the whole time.
Fair enough.
Got one here as recommended. I died at the main menu screen by Wrath.
Oh dear. You launch the game and just get the achievement for dying. So.
Recommended by Rumo, which says nice relaxing game, ideal for a casual gamer. 10 out of 10.
Nice. Oh, sorry, that's reminded me. So when you first start the game, you get laughed at by those old ladies. You go out and there's like a cave entrance that goes out, and you see the lovely, brightly lit sky, the sea, blah blah blah. And at the entrance to that cave, there's 1 trillion bloodstains because you can see where other people have died in their own games. And there's just 1 trillion bloodstains of there from people that either used the items to kill themselves or just ran out and jumped off the cliff to scare new players. Because you see 1 trillion bloodstains. Oh shit, what's going to happen here?
That's really cool.
Yeah, I love it.
It's just a giant
So
troll.
good. Yeah, I love it.
We've got one final review recommended. They've got 1,043 hours on record.
Yep, nice. I still
They
win.
only had about. What was that?
I still win.
In the league.
Well,
Don't,
fuck.
because
Fuck.
this review says excellent.
Is that it?
And I won't say what their name is because I don't want to dox you.
Yeah. Is that all I said?
Yeah.
Fuck. I was wondering if you're going to do me at any point. So I was like, wait, did I write one for it?
I was like,
Yeah.
I will do that. I thought it'd be funny.
Nice. Nice. Well, I'm glad I changed my one I wrote like however long it was ago. I had a much longer one at some point, which was remember me when I had a much shittier writing style, I think.
You did this in 2015. It just was excellent.
Oh, in 2015, wow. Excellent.
9 years ago. Next,
Yeah.
we'll go to ITV Panto reviews. Couldn't find many reviews for these on like IMDb and places like that. So basically, I just use YouTube comments.
What do you call it? What do you call it? Something Panto.
It's the ITV Panto Jack and the Beanstalk.
It's like,
Oof.
it shows how low is stooping in the YouTube section. Right.
So, Page Erica 2252. I have to watch the whole Panto for drama homework.
The drama homework.
Yep.
There's no drama in it, apart from the cow selling and one.
Apart from the stuff that we made up.
Yeah, we've just.
Watching all the way through feels like watching Bottom Live. That's Anime of Darkness 405.
Nice.
That's from 10 years ago. That
Bottom being the not sitcom, was it? Was it a soap?
I mean, it's a
Soap?
sitcom, effectively. Sitcom starring Adrian Emerson
Yeah.
and McNeil.
Quite like
Season 1 is quite funny.
that, yeah.
There's a hilarious amount of sexual innuendo for a children's Panto XD from Craigius from 13 years ago. That's how long this video has been on YouTube.
The fact that for
At
XD for a laugh face.
Yeah, 13 years ago. It was that era. Next, we've got a little comment chain for between Meg
I still do put XD
76
though.
and yeah, because you're cringe. And we got responses by Sereni Trubsy 4121, and it is as follows. The two comments following are by Sereni, and the first one's by Megna76. It is as follows: I Shaq Zada. I will Searle and a Tupi, and his dad is home.
Okay.
I mean,
Is Goga an acronym that we should know?
I don't think so.
Go have.
We got Typical Life with Alice. Says, hang on. We used to have suicide jokes in Panto.
Hell yeah.
We got Rata Stewie, which says Richard Herring's podcast with Peter Serafina, which brought me here.
Ooh, it mentioned this.
Apparently.
I don't want to get it.
Deborah Furby 22 says the big friendly giant is good. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Jamsy and the Giant Peach.
What?
And
Is
someone,
that it?
someone appropriately says, I'm sorry, what? I don't understand that.
yeah. And I wasn't the only one. What the fuck?
Yep.
The problem
We've
is
got
these days you can't tell if somebody's deranged or if they're a bot.
That's
I
true.
just really hope
I mean,
It's
that
such a
comment
pain.
was from like 9 years ago. So I think if a comment's from
Probably
that old,
deranged, yeah.
it's probably just deranged.
I really hope they're just dyslexic.
13 years ago, it says Baron's henchmen remind me of Sonic. I have no context. You're asking for context. I can't give it.
Such a bizarre reference. I love
The
it.
context again.
I like the dresses in Jack and the Beanstalk, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty and the Beast, like the Barnfield Road Theatre.
Why is it
Wait,
these
do you mean beast in
people
there?
saying something about
There's
the
no
show
punctuation.
and then it has to bring other shows in? Like, look how many shows I've watched or how many pantos I've seen. Donkey.
That one was by Deborah Furby 22 again, by the way, and the one from the Baron Henchman was the Kusk 1997. So we got Brian Ale 2006. Some of it is good. I like Widow Twankey of old. As I remember him, I went to many pantos in my early days and got in them to so to speak. Booing and hissing. Oh, yes, he did. Oh, no, he didn't. Repeated several times, on and on. So thoroughly enjoyed them, as did our father. We had a great evening at the pantomime every year. Oh, yes, we did.
Oh, no, he didn't.
There's so little punctuation in that, it's very difficult to read.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it was.
I Want to Be a Mongoose says, how the hell do they clear bitch with the
Sus.
BBC, especially on a children's show? And Joseph Ward 1071 says, Bob and the Beanstalk.
Can you fix it?
Yes, he can.
I believe it's because the person who plays Jack is the
Oh,
person
no,
who played
he
Bob the Builder,
can't.
Neil Morrissey.
Ah.
Fair enough.
believe
Did
so.
you know that off the top of your head?
Yeah, actually, I think.
Wow, fair enough.
I'm going to double check, but I
Jack of
believe that
trades.
is the case.
I believe you.
I really hope he's wrong. All that confidence. Just...
I hope he's right because it's just like bizarre.
What, just weird to know.
Knowing Bob the Builder's voice actor, I guess, off the top of your head.
Yeah, Jack is played by Neil Morrissey, who is known as Bob the Builder, Lofty, and Father Pickles.
Nice.
Why is it weird that I know who played Bob the Builder?
Of all the people, though, Bob the Builder.
Who voices?
Do you know who played Thomas the Tank Engine?
No, if I'm honest.
What the hell, man?
There's been multiple voice actors for Thomas
Yeah,
the
but-
Tank Engine. I know
Oh, sorry.
the original was Ringo Starr because he voiced everybody in Thomas the Tank Engine.
What?
Yeah,
The drummer?
yeah, the drummer from the Beatles, it was Ringo.
Fair enough.
Yeah, the original Thomas and Friends in the UK, I believe, was voiced by Ringo.
Nice. I'll take back my what the
Who
fuck.
voices Shaun the Sheep?
I do actually know that's Justin Fletcher who voices Shaun
What?
the Sheep.
No.
Hey.
It's actually,
Yeah, I knew
it's
that.
actually a voice.
Justin Fletcher.
I thought he doesn't speak. That's what I thought. But
No, but he goes,
He probably makes like
"Meh."
meh, meh,
Yeah, makes
Sorry,
meh,
it's
it's Justin
meh.
Fletcher.
meh.
He's the same person who plays
Darcy.
Mr. Oh god, what's he
Darcy.
called? Mr. Tumble.
Mr. Darcy. Mr. Darcy.
Wait, so Mr. Tumble voices Shaun the Sheep?
Yeah, Ringo Starr, 1984 to 1986. That's the original one.
So hung up on that. I'm going to show when he started and when he finished.
Well, it's because he wasn't in the top bit because he only did 52 episodes,
Why?
and the people who
Why-
did more episodes.
A bit
at the
Why
top,
did he?
so I had
Why
to
did he
control
stop?
F.
Did he go off the rails?
Doesn't say.
Yeah.
But he may well have
Doesn't
done.
say here.
He's gone off the rails.
So, moving on to
No.
the actual part, the point of the thing. Let's go with some ratings, shall we? Sam, Dark
Ooh.
Souls 2, out of 5 for story. What we reckon?
I'm extremely biased, so 5.
One
The
it is.
lore is sick.
Gameplay.
That's the main reason. The story's pretty cool. Lore's
Gameplay?
the best part. Gameplay also 5. This one genuine. I don't mean the previous one was genuine as well. So the bosses, a boss is better in
0.
Dark Souls
Gotcha.
3, but the overall gameplay I prefer Dark Souls 2 because it's less roll spam.
Gotcha. And finally, design.
Design I give it a 4.
0
Because
again.
It's
Gotcha.
great, but you can see it would have been way better if they had a full dev cycle. It's a
Cool, so
shame.
that's
So that's a total of
1
0, right?
out of 15.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
Better than nothing.
yeah, that's better than that.
Yeah.
14 is the actual answer.
Yeah.
I've written down my scores as flat and then your scores in the brackets. So I've got my score is a 1 out of 15 and then I've got yours as 14, which makes 15 overall. So that's close enough.
Yeah, there you go.
That's fine.
Very
Full marks.
generous.
And now Foley. Foley.
Easy.
What was the story of the ITV Panto Jack and the Beanstalk?
Oh, if it was out of 10, I'd give it a 1.
It's out of 5. It's out of
Yeah,
5.
I know, but I was being nice. But in reality, I'm gonna go 1.
Go what?
1.
1. Oof. 5 it is then.
Maybe 4, shouldn't
Design?
1.
Character?
You know what? This one, because it purely for the game, because it made it really bearable, I guess. About
it?
a 2.
Okay.
I mean, in your retelling of it, the Dame sounded like the most fun character, except for Robert De Niro.
Yeah, if Robert De Niro's it would be a flat out 4.
2.5.
2.5. Does that?
God. That is a 4 out of 15 overall then.
Oof.
Yeah.
What's our lowest so far? Is it still
But the
Cobra?
no. It's joint with Zardoz.
Ah, that makes
Fuck,
sense,
you know all about that, Jesus.
However, there is one film that's lower. It is Foley's favourite film. It's Cobra.
It's just,
yeah. I said Cobra already.
Oh, did you? I missed that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, it's Cobra.
don't. It's just the Neri you come to these dilemmas. Like, what would I actually rather watch if there's the last 2 films on Earth? Jack and the fucking Beanstalk, the Panto, or Cobra, where nothing makes sense. I would have to go Jack. I don't know. I'd say Jack and the Beanstalk
Really?
because at least that actually has a somewhat story.
And there's only 60 minutes.
Oh, man.
So, mate, yeah. So you just get to watch it all day, every hour. You know.
Yeah, but it felt like 2, didn't it?
Yeah. But then that would surprise me. They're like, oh, it's only been an hour. I'll watch it again. And then you're like, oh.
I don't think you would. I hate to say it, but I don't think you would.
So you're forced to watch this for like a day on repeat. Which one do you pick?
Definitely.
I feel like a panto would get more grating faster. Oh no, it wouldn't. Oh yes, it.
But it's just I'd rather, I don't know why, I'd rather watch that than Sylvester Stallone trying to act cool, and the pizza cutting still really annoys me because that's just not human.
Have you seen Samaritan?
I think I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's a Stallone one recent-ish where he plays as like a superhero that's like in hiding effectively. There's this kid that like figures out his secret and he's like trying to like chat with him because he's like a big admirer type thing, blah blah blah. And it's just very strange. The kid will be like, no, why don't you do this thing, blah 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 blah. And he's like, kid, someday there'll come a time you got to make a choice, and I know you'll make the right choice. Which is a complete non sequitur to what the kid was saying. The kid's like, oh wow, thanks bud. That thing nodding. It's just that sort of weird shit throughout the thing where he says like these kind of cool lines, but like they don't connect to anything that's just come on beforehand. Oh yeah, there's a scene right where the kid gets beaten up by some bullies, and then like he comes along, finds the kid, takes him to the hospital, whatever, and then the kid's mum shows up and is like, "You didn't help him? Some hero you are," type thing. And it's like, what the fuck did you expect him to do? He wasn't there.
I was really hoping you'd say.
Well, so she doesn't know he's a superhero.
Right, the kid's getting beaten up, but he just walks over and just kneels next to him. It's like, there's some times in your life, kid, where you have to get knocked down and just still beat the shit out of him. He's like, let me just give you these words of wisdom.
Oh, thanks. There's a boot in his face.
Life knocks you down,
thanks,
but you have to get back up. I'll take you to the hospital after
They
that.
knock you down. You get up again because nothing's going to keep you
I
down.
was thinking of that, yeah. Okay, so what is the link between the two games?
Oh,
I
I
have
want
no
to say
idea.
it.
It's probably that Rhys hates them both.
I really hope
He's already
it's
done
as
that, right?
obvious
So-
as he's made it.
Is it anything to do with actors?
But
It could well be. Ooh,
Actors.
I don't know the names of any of the actors.
But it also
that are
could
in
be
either.
nothing to do with that.
Can
Same
I
time.
Excellent.
just say the obvious so it's out my system?
What?
Is it because they both have giant?
I'm not sure
if
Rhys
think
knew
of that,
about
but I didn't even know they have his giants in Dark Souls 2. So
Sam said it like 50 times. I thought.
I didn't get that far.
Oh.
I'll be honest, I genuinely didn't even get to the first boss of the game, so I didn't even know that there was a
Yeah.
giant.
That's a good point. I forgot you played for 2 hours.
By the way, though, the giants, right? They have no face.
Oh, fucking hell.
It's just a hole.
Giant,
Same thing, isn't it?
giant hole.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty sick.
Okay, so what the hell could it be? No.
It's
Is
got.
it to do with actors?
I will say it is to do with actors.
Fuck.
Is it Adrian?
Who could
No,
it
was
be? Am I allowed to look up the Dark Souls 2 IMDb page?
You are not.
Fuck. Alright, can I name the character and get it from that?
Sure.
If we match them up rather than getting the
Sure.
actor.
Go for it.
Alright. Emerald Herald
No.
with the Dane.
Oh.
Other characters. Is it Gilligan the
No.
laddersmith? Is it Moin the armorer?
No.
Is it Aldia? He doesn't have a
No.
title. Oh, I guess he's a called person.
No.
Evendrick the king.
No.
Is it Nashandra?
No.
Is it Sweet Shaqua the
No.
cat? Is it Strayed of Olafis?
No.
Is it actually a character?
Yes.
Oh.
Fuck. Is it Pate the something or other? No. Is it Kale the cartographer?
No.
That's a different one I didn't mention. Is it Pate the Pate man?
Yes, it is
Yay.
actually Pate.
See, I don't know who he
Mild-mannered
is.
Pate.
I'm so
Mild
glad
mannered
Sam
Pate,
got
that's the
that his
one.
first try.
Yes.
But who does it match up to, bud?
Wait,
This is on you, Jack. Who's it match up to?
what was the character?
Mild-mannered Pate. He's that smooth talking guy that trips you into. Well, he warns you of traps and
Is
then
it-
waits for you to walk into
Is
them.
it Peter? So
Serafinovich. Is
yeah.
his name?
Is that?
It is Peter Serafinovich. Yes.
Nice.
The funniest thing is, last episode, when I was like, oh, Peter Serafinovich is in this game, at the back of my head I was like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's the connection to the next game.
I do feel like I've heard that name a lot recently, like before we even started
Yeah.
this.
I know.
He's just certainly dropping the hints.
I think the funny thing is I think last time we were talking, Sam, I was dropping hints about Peter Serafinovich because I was like, it's an actor, so you're going to need a lot more help.
Yeah. Peter Serafinovich.
He plays the Tick. He's in.
Oh,
Shaun
that
of the
guy.
Dead.
I didn't know he was Pate. That's pretty sick.
I love the fact is
I've been holding
Yeah,
on
he's
to
the
that
roommate
for
in Shaun of the Dead.
ages because I thought that was going to be a really funny connection. Because it was like
Right.
an ITV Panto, Jack and the Beanstalk, and Dark Souls 2? What the fuck?
I love the fact you just couldn't get anything else of him in. Like even like just what the Tick? No, it has to be a fucking panto from the 90s.
I mean, the Tick's a TV show.
Yeah, true, but still, one episode would be like equivalent to that. But
But I wanted to. it had to be something Christmassy. And what's more Christmassy than a panta, Foley?
It's depressing, that's what it was.
Anyway, you've managed to get the link for Peter Serafinowicz.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel?
Just about. I feel pretty shit.
I think it was Rhys's aim to make us go through all this pain.
And on that note, I think it's time to finish.
Oh, we're still going. Okay.
Farewell.
Bye.
Good night, everybody. Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you for watching the Janky-B-Cast. You can find Foley at his YouTube channel, Dopey Mr. Foley, and Sam at his house, the Forest of Fallen Giants.